shit. That's right. Got the martial arts poses today. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Martial arts today on the stream. How you guys doing today? What's going on, Movie Dojo Army? Movie lover badasses. What's crack-a-lackin'? How's it going? Thanks for stopping by and enjoying the stream with me today. We're doing a little bit earlier today, and right now we're waiting for Andy Signor. He's coming. He sent me a message. He's coming. So until he arrives, we will shoot the shit just a little bit. Me and you. That's right. Live Q&A. We'll go ahead and hang out for a little bit and wait till Andy shows up. But he said that he is on his way. Trado in the house. What's going on, brother? Kevin Lambert here to start the fucking ruckus with us. That's right. And the man, the myth, the legend himself, the last Voorhees child, is here as well. All right. Got more people watching today. Copy that. Let me go ahead and put up the banner so that everybody knows what we are discussing today. That's right. On our series on the channel, Is It Really That Bad? Yes. Yes. So let me go back to the comments here. Jamie Powell. That's right. What's going on, brother? All right. He says, hello, bro. Hope you're well. Quick question. Have you seen the Gamera films any good? Well, I would recommend this. If you have never seen any Gamera movies, I would always bet on black. There you go. Brolicon's in the house. I would start with the Gamera trilogy that came out in the 90s. Just buy those. Those are technically all the ones you need because those are amazing. They're considered like one of the best, the greatest kaiju movies of all time. That trilogy, the Gamera trilogy that came out in the 90s. There is in that Gamera box set that came out a while back. I didn't get a chance to get it, unfortunately. But I have all the other ones on Blu-ray, and some of them are better than others. They're goofy fun. They're old school goofy fun. Because you got to remember, Gamera, a friend of all children. So there's goofy fun in those old ones. But if you want some badassity Gamera, then with some really cool effects and stuff for the 90s for its time, definitely check out the trilogy in the 90s. Definitely start with that first. The good news is I heard in that box set that they released, the trilogy is 4K. It's either 4K or it's 4K remastered. So definitely start with those first. I highly recommend those. And then if you're curious for goofy fun, then try to watch the others for free if you want. And then if you want to buy the box set or the separate sets, then go from there. So what's going on? That's right. Movie Dojo Army is here. Let me take a quick check to see where Andy is. He could be in the further. He's caught in the further. He might be in the Phantom Zone. I know that I pre-ordered that steelbook of the trilogy, Jamie, because I was like, fuck it. If I couldn't get the the box set, I'm like, well, I'm at least gonna buy the 3 best movies out of the series in steelbook. So, but yeah, I think they're 4K, man. Thanks for hanging out today, chat. Talking movies. Is it really that bad? That's right. All right, let's see here. Trado, what's up, PhatSamuraiGuy? Had high hopes for Outside the Wire, but I guess it's not great, but looking forward to your review. Michael Gonzalez in the house. What's going on? All right, guys, hang on a second. Let me see if Andy has sent me any updates here on the from the Phantom Zone. Hold on. Let me check, guys. So just thanks for hanging out and being patient. All right, nothing new. He said he's on his way. Be there in a few. Electric Boogaloo. There we go. All right, let me close some windows here. All right, try to get rid of some of the clutter. All right. Let me check something really quick here, guys. Early stream today, early stream. But not as early as last Friday, though. That was the 8 o'clock in the morning stream. But it was worth it, though, man. I got to hang out with a really great guy, Mr. Eggman Ray. all the way from Japan. So that's why I had to do it so early. So if you guys have not seen that episode, make sure you guys check it out. We talk about Mortal Kombat Annihilation and what was the other one? Mortal Kombat Annihilation and Tekken the movie. Yeah, that's what we talked about. Hold on one second here. Let me get this going here. Hold on. Come on. All right, cool. Right. Tutorial Slave. What's going on? Yeah, we're still waiting on Andy. I'm sure he had something important he needed to wrap up. And where did Jamie go? Jamie, if you're still watching, are you an admin? Jamie, send me a message in the chat real quick so I can make you an admin. If you're still watching, my friend. All right. Laz Voorhees Child says, Phat Samurai Guy with the Super Saiyan rose hair. There you go. I'll take that. I'll take that. Kevin Lambert, big fan of the Gamera trilogy. Do you guys agree with me, though, that that trilogy is the best out of the Gamera filmography? I think I think I'm right in that. I need to rewatch it, though. It's been so long since I've watched those. All right. I think some people showing up just now talking. They're here for Passenger 57, and then we're talking about some Gamera. We're like, what the hell's happening? Hey, that's how we do it, man. We like it all. We talk about it all here on the channel, so it's all good. Andy, where you be, my friend? Where is he? So Michael Gonzalez says, I agree with that. Wasn't a fan of the other eras. Okay. Trado's asking, favorite Wesley Snipes movie aside from Blade 1 and 2? Well, I like this one. Sorry, spoilers. But we'll get to it. And you never know. Andy may not like this one. You never know. We'll have to wait and see when he gets here. But New Jack City is a good one. I really like New Jack. I think Rising Sun with Sean Connery. It's very, very well done. Very good thriller. But yeah, might be New Jack. It might be New Jack. What about you guys? Favorite Wesley Snipes movies? Let me know. Let me know in chat your favorite Wesley Snipes movies or movie. I know a lot of people like White Man Can't Jump and Money Train, which is White Man Can't Jump 2 in a way. Am I wrong with that? Money Train, didn't that feel like this is White Man Can't Jump all over again? But it seemed like Woody Harrelson played the exact same character almost. But the Jennifer Lopez upgrade was from the girl from White Men Can't Jump. Definitely a better upgrade. Gary D in the house. He says, watching this while eating L&L Hawaiian barbecue. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Now I want Hawaiian barbecue now. Yeah, Expendables 3 counts. Yeah, put that in there. He was fun in that one. Yeah, put Expendables 3 in there. Those of you that are just arriving, thanks for hanging out with the Old Samurai today and this afternoon. We're doing an early stream. Usually we stream at 6 p.m., but today we got to do a little bit early because of our guest, which is all good. Andy Signor, that's right, from Popcorn Planet. He should be coming. I don't know. I might have to do the stream without him if there's an emergency. Hopefully he doesn't have an emergency. Hopefully everything's okay. But I might have to just go with it and just talk to you guys about what I thought about both movies. So, which is what I usually do anyway. So it's all good. Oh my God. How did I forget about Demolition Man? Thank you, Kevin Lambert. How did I forget about that? Oh shit. Here he is. Here he is.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's working. I had to restart at the light. It was my fault. I warned you I was late, but then I restart everything. And I'm so happy to be here. Being late is my worst trait, and everyone knows it about me. Who knows me?
It's
so fans are gonna be like, I'm not surprised Andy was late to a stream he's supposed to be on.
It's your style. That's just who you are. That's how, you know.
It was. I learned when I did stuff with Kevin Smith. That was one thing that I always got annoyed by because he's always late, like crazy late. And I learned from Harley at Epic Mealtime, who's like, "Oh, Kevin told me it's fine if you're late as long as you deliver when you get there."
That's it.
Like, no, it's the wrong. We have the crew waiting. They're all mad. No, so but no, he can pull it off. I'm not that low. Good to be here, man. How are you doing?
Hey, man. Hey, it's a pleasure having you here on my little channel. I really appreciate it. Have the legend here.
Tweeting out as I was trying to get in. Hopefully, to get some fans of mine over to watch us talk about these movies.
Awesome. We already got some people here already, and I know you're such a busy man. You got limited time, but hey, it's great to have you here, even if it's for a short time. So
no, I hang for a little bit. Yeah. So
okay.
How are you? So yeah, did you get to watch it again recently, or are you going off memory? I'm curious.
No, I rewatched Passenger 57. So, chat, welcome Spencer and all the people that are just now coming in. I appreciate you guys hanging out with the old samurai and Andy Signor. That's right, from Popcorn Planet. Great channel, Spencer. Highly advised. Coming in, Movie Dojo Army to head over there and subscribe. I'm hearing.
I don't know. There, sorry. The YouTube. Yeah. I thought I turned it off. Apologies.
Okay. I was like, what's happening?
Messing everything up. There you are.
That's fine.
Good. Now I got my comments there. I can see everything.
Are we good?
Now we're good. So anyway, you were saying.
Okay. I was trying to plug your channel, man. And it was like perfect timing. I got interrupted. No, but it's all good, brother. I appreciate you hanging out, man.
Popcorn. I have the shirt today, actually.
There you go, yo. Represent.
I tried to get Popcorn Planet.
Yeah.
ED because the Popcorn Planet actually sells popcorn. But it was picked.
Hey, it's all good. But yeah, Andy's a great guy. Chat, Movie Dojo Army. Make sure you guys go over there and subscribe to his channel. He's got really good work, really great work over there. Great quality content.
Thanks,
so
man.
make sure you go over there and subscribe. But just
for the record, I reached out to you like ages ago, and you just ignored me.
When?
I think I sent you an email. I sent you a couple DMs.
No.
Yeah, you got it like super late. And then I think you were like, and then I think you saw my like sub count. You were like, oh, wait. Hey. Yeah. Oh, hey. So that's, I may be wrong, but it felt like that. No, but I was looking at movie like channels. I went to the paper and I saw some of your stuff and I liked it. And I was like, I reached out and I'm glad we finally got to connect. You've been on the show. So thank you for coming over mine. Like you go deep in good movies. You do all the movies. I love that about it. Not enough people go to the deep cuts.
Yeah, but you got the knowledge too, my brother. You got the knowledge too. But we're just fans. We just love movies. You know, it's a powerful passion that we have, and we just love talking about it. And it's great. And this is the perfect series. I was like, I gotta get Andy on this series because I would love to do more of these in the future. Once you clear your schedule and you're free,
dude,
I know there's more movies you have on the mind, and we're like, we need to talk about this.
You know what else I just watched last night with my kids to tease it? I think I have it here. I didn't know they made a pop for it already. But
what is it? Oh, yo.
I saw this. I was like, it was at Target. I'm like, what? What a deep cut that Don't Hassle Me, I'm Local shirt. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But man, I watched, my kids actually liked it too. It was funny. I just watched that one.
Dude, why is that movie not on Blu-ray yet?
I don't know. Or streaming. Who made it? Is it Paramount? I think it's Touchstone. It's Disney. That's why. Because of the threat scene, probably.
I'm sailing. I sail.
What peace and quiet. I'll be quiet and I'll be peace. So many little quotes I forgot about.
We're gonna quote the whole movie. You know, I'm singing in the rain.
It's good. Anyway, that one was never bad though. So that's
no.
But I love going back and checking old movies out.
But it's interesting you brought that up though, because what if the Rotten Tomatoes scores low?
It might be right. Sometimes you think it's good and they didn't like it.
Then we could still revisit it for the series, so it still counts.
I had to put that on DVD because I had an old DVD of what because you're right, it's not on Blu-ray, right?
It doesn't make any sense.
And so I watched the DVD on my screen, and it was the widescreen on my. So it was I was watching a box.
Yeah,
it was so frustrating.
So it was non-anamorphic.
Correct.
Oh no!
So I was watching a NT like a 4 what's that called? 4:3 ratio of a widescreen on my TV. So I had bars on the left, right, and top and bottom.
Oh my god!
TV was slightly big enough so I could. The kid, we were like, that's fine, but
yeah, as long as you watch it with the kids, and that's awesome that they enjoyed it. You are training them well. You're training them well, sir.
Do you have kids?
Right. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a whole world. No, it's just a whole world when you want to teach your kids and they get to that age of what movies to introduce them to. It's
right. Oh yeah.
This was the first one I did, and I have the VHS. This was the first big action film I got my kids into, and my son, who's 9, loved it. Oh my god!
You're training them well. You're a good father.
I was gonna do. I was like, maybe I should wait for Die Hard so they see the original.
Yeah,
I couldn't because I was like, no, he's gonna love it, and he did.
Yeah,
he watched this one all the time. It's
classic,
a good one to pull.
Classic. How appropriately titled Speed 2 Cruise Control was.
Terrible.
Like last Friday, we did a Is It Really That Bad episode with Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and the tagline was on the box and the poster: destroy all expectations. There you go. You want good special effects? Don't expect it. You want good fight scene? Don't expect it.
Don't expect anything.
No. But thanks, chat, for hanging out with us today with the legend Andy. And we are going to get into it today. Is it really that bad? Passenger 57 and Outside the Wire. So let's go ahead and get a crack-a-lackin'. Let's start with Passenger 57. Passenger 57 came out in 1992. That's right. Directed by Kevin Hooks, starring Wesley Snipes, Bruce Payne, Tom Sizemore, the female that looks like Michael Jackson, and Bruce Greenwood, and Elizabeth Hurley. Hey. Yeah.
I mean, is that a knock on her or Michael Jackson?
No. I think it's
Who are you making fun of in that? I got to be careful how I'm laughing. Leave it to the chat. Okay.
I'm sure she's a nice woman. I'm just goofing.
MJ fam forever. Sorry.
That's right. But yeah, so we got some veteran actors here. So it was a lot. I haven't watched this movie in years, and I was this is perfect that you brought this movie up because
and it's on Netflix. So if people are like watching this, don't forget. I mean, for now, check it out.
Yeah.
You can watch it easy.
It's on Netflix and up till the 30th, and then it's gone.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we caught it then first.
Yeah. So I haven't watched it in years, and it was so much fun rewatching it now. And when you were talking about it, like, hey, I just watched Passenger 57. I was like, hold on a second, I got a bad feeling about this. And Star Wars quote, sorry, bad feeling about this, and I couldn't believe it. 24%.
What? That's insane.
This is absurd. Yeah, that's what I was like.
I'm looking it up myself. See who did that while you're talking there.
I can't. I'm perplexed. I am stunned.
Well, I mean, I was there. Well, you were there during that era, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 1992. I was 12, and there was a lot going. I mean, that was the same year as Under Siege, another movie I love. Fun fact about Passenger 57: it was originally written as a Steven Seagal vehicle, but Seagal chose Under Siege because they were both Warner, and he picked Under Siege instead. So then they figured out what it was. I'm doing actually a Did You Know video about it on my second channel, Movie World, where I get deeper into this stuff, which I'll have you on at some point there. But in 1982, like there were a lot of these types of movies, so I think it feels like maybe this felt like a copycat of better movies at the time. But I think the reason it feels good now is like they don't make movies like this anymore.
No,
you know what I mean,
they don't. And
that nostalgia for wanting those movies makes me like it probably more than maybe it deserves. But it's still a really solid, tight, and it's so tight how short it is.
Yeah, it's like it's so strange. 24%. So I'm thinking whoever rated this movie on Rotten Tomatoes, they don't like fun.
It's a disaster, and the film is in no way thrilling. Vanessa Letts from The Spectator. Oh, get out of here!
Wow.
The film would like to be when it grows up is Die Hard, but most people's ideas of a grown-up film, but this is not most ideas of a grown-up film in the first place.
Wow. No way thrilling at all, apparently. Wow.
Watching Snipes beat up Elizabeth Hurley isn't exactly what I was expecting from an against all odds type action movie.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Ridiculous. Cheesy dialogue and bad action are your cup of tea. Then go to.
Oh my God.
Widget walls. Oh, get out of here. Needcoffee.com. Yeah. Forget these idiots.
Oh my God. Oh, like I said, they don't like fun apparently.
No.
So chat, if anybody in chat has never seen Passenger 57, this is the basic plot synopsis. So, as an airline security expert, he must take action when he finds himself trapped on a passenger jet when terrorists seize control of it. Not necessarily terrorists, but I guess in a way, Bruce Payne's character is kind of a terrorist. But the movie's mostly like they caught him. You know, his character's known for getting plastic surgery and changing his identity. They can't find him, so they caught him though. They finally caught him, right. And then they're transporting him, and he's just trying to get out of there. That's kind of what they're not hijacking the plane for a purpose. They're just trying to get the fuck out of there. You know, that's basically what they're trying to do. So, but I absolutely love. You know, here I got some bootleg notes here.
I mean, I'm just gonna say I'm pulling up the movie again on Netflix again since you can't see me watching it anyway. I can pause.
No, that's fine. Bootleg notes.
Where are you starting? Yeah, because there's plenty we can talk about in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, spoilers too, Chad.
Yes.
When we do this, it's always spoilers. All right. So, what makes a great action movie? You got a likable hero who's a badass who has a motivation, which is he has something, or he's vulnerable in some way. He has a weakness. He's trying to overcome it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Those are signs of a great action movie. But you got to have a great villain too. And I think Bruce Payne delivers. I think he completely delivers in this movie because
psychotic.
Yeah.
He's like the Joker. Don't you feel like he's like a Joker-esque villain?
Oh yeah. Just look at this face. Look at this. Look at this. And he has the same scowl. This is his I'm happy scowl, right?
Yep.
He has the same scowl the entire movie. I don't know. I couldn't do that. I could not have that same evil look. But you got to have a fun or entertaining villain, right?
Totally.
How many action movies that were like solid? They weren't great, but they were solid. But the hero was fun, but the villain was garbage, right?
Yeah.
And we've seen that before. But he kills it. He kills it. Like right in the beginning when we're going to do surgery on him, they're like, trying to give him something for the pain. And he looks at him. He goes, "There will be no pain." Like it's so hilarious.
Well, I do have a bone to pick about that. Like,
go ahead.
Why did he know what time he was going to die there? Or he's like, dude, what time is it? Because there's a deleted scene where he's like, I know, you're very rare. You get to know the time you're going to die. Like, did he know the feds were coming? Was it a surprise?
It was weird. Confusing. It's weird. It's like throughout the movie, maybe it's one of those where he kind of seems like he's always a step ahead.
Yeah.
And he always leaves a way for his escape. He'll explode something or blow something up so he can escape. But I guess he fucked up, with his time.
Yeah, he's like, what time is it? I'm watching.
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, it's too late. It's like, oh, it's too late. They got there before he could do what he needed to do. So I don't know. That wasn't explained that well. Like later in the movie, it made sense when he asked the guy on the plane.
12 o'clock, so he then just gets the guy. It's like he knows he can see the clock himself. But he's like, what time is it? Okay, I got to murder you. And then the cops come.
Yeah.
I still can't figure out. Anyway, but regardless of that silly open, he's a great.
It was fun. He jumped out of the window. They caught him.
Window jump, yeah.
We had some fun there. And then later on, he meets up with his lawyer, and that scene made me laugh too. When his lawyer's like, "You're screwed. They caught you. We're gonna, but we got a way out. We're gonna plead insanity because of your childhood. I looked at all the paper of your childhood, and you were fucked. So anyway, we're gonna use that. It's perfect. We're gonna use your horrible upbringing because it wasn't your fault. We're going to use that to kind of plead insanity." And then he grabs the guy from behind. He grabs the lawyer's face and he goes, "Repeat after me." And he goes, "Charles Rain is not insane." I'm like loving. I am like you gotta give props and appreciate an actor that's just chewing the scenery, but in a good way. not chewing the scenery. Well, I'm in a bad movie, so fuck it. I'm just gonna goof around. Like you can tell he's loving every minute of being this character. Again, look at this. Look at this. What I can smell his cologne from here. Or he's like, I'm hungry. You don't know what he's thinking. Oh yeah, talk about that scene on the plane. That was great.
There's that kid. He's like the perfect movie kid. So, but anyway, to people who haven't watched the movie, or I guess are watching it through us, sadly, we don't have Netflix. He escapes, and then we meet Wesley Snipes, and of course we introduce him through a scene that seems like a plane's being taken down. But oh no, he's teaching students of stewardesses, air flight attendants, how not to deal with terrorists on flights. It's convenient, of course, but we learn later he's like an ex. Marine, I don't know. He's an ex somebody and soldier or somebody. He lost his wife, and so he's got that to deal with, and that's why he sort of gave up on the law and became sort of a teacher of airport security. And so anyway, they all of it conveys. There's a couple other parts I can talk about, but all of it conveys. So then they are on a plane because what's his name? Why am I forgetting?
Tom Sizemore.
John Cutter is John Cutter, Wesley's character. John is finally putting himself out there because his friend, Del Vecchio, Tom Sizemore, is like, we got to put you back in the world. Come on. And I got you this job. Of course, you're going to be the most rich, famousest airplane security guy in the world, right?
You're the best.
You're the best. It's not always how it works in these movies. And so he impresses him in the montage, and then they agree. So he's flying to California or whatever it is to do the job. But of course, the feds are putting Charles Rain on the same flight, a commercial flight, which would never happen. Yeah, you'd never put a serial psychotic this guy on a commercial plane with
next to kids.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, that all leaded up. So now that idiot feds are sitting there, and there's like a really funny sort of movie kid who's just all like pew pew, and of course then he's and just terrified. And the kid gives a really great reaction. It was a good kid extra moment that I appreciate.
Yeah. Well, once he brought up his hands and showed the handcuffs too, even the kid's mom was like, "Oh my god." Again, a great villain having fun with the role, being intimidating, and just having fun, being intimidating and hilarious at the same time. But yeah, I love that. I really enjoyed that montage flashback where they show his wife, getting shot accidentally in the liquor store, and he couldn't save the day, but then he's doing his martial arts, hitting the bag. Classic 90s stuff.
Totally.
But at least the movie made the effort to show that. Some action movies don't even show that. They just mention, my wife died. Yeah, I mean, at least this movie's trying here. Right. So now he's on the plane, and as a joke from Tom Sizemore, his buddy, they have the same stewardess we're gonna call Miss Jackson. She's
who he had trouble with earlier. Of course, there's a little rift there.
Right.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Everyone's still wishing me happy birthday. Oh, thanks,
it's your birthday! Happy birthday! Oh,
over the weekend. Well, thanks, man.
Oh, over your weekend. I feel bad. Be celebrating. No. Cheers to you.
Well, thank you, sir. Ballin says, I stand with Andy.
Good. Where are the chats? It's his birthday, guys. Come on. When I guest on a show, I always got a pimp for you. Super chat. Support your creators. January sucks for creators. Throw the Phat Samurai a couple fat bucks. All the hard work he gets you. How's that?
Fat bucks. I appreciate it, man.
Fat bucks. If you like his content, I tip your witchers, folks.
All right, so we're having fun.
What I was going to say was, I was going to say before, because there's a moment with the Tom Sizemore Wesley Snipes thing. So I was 12 when this came out, and what was interesting about this movie is I do think it really it handles racism in a way that I thought was actually really well done, but without hitting, without beating in your head like the way, but there's a few moments where it's like John Cutter and his best friends look like the white guy, and they sort of joke about it like it's a black thing. Yeah, they sort of address it. But there's a moment throughout when Wesley's getting felt up at the airplane check by the girl, which that's a great scene. And he's like, "How does he do it? It's a black thing," but it's ridiculous. But the scene I was really getting to is there's two. There's the Arsenio woo woo making fun of it. But the scene with and was it Louisiana where they stop with the sheriff,
Yeah.
Chief Biggs, who plays like the redneck guy, refuses to believe it because he's black. Like it's
Right.
they don't really say it, but I
Right.
remember as a kid, I was like, it was nice to see Wesley Snipes as the lead in an action movie. Like he was a badass. I didn't care what color he was.
Yeah,
It was cool. And then they had that issue, and I remember as I'm learning stuff at 12, I realized like, well, that's messed up. Why don't they believe him? Like that's not fair.
Yeah.
And I thought it really was a good sort of moment that I thought they put in there to sort of just do it reality, right?
Yeah.
I appreciated it even more watching it again. Like, oh yeah, because I remember that. Those are like as I'm growing up and as a kid watching the action movies, like I remember like they reminded me like that people got to deal with that back then. That's not cool. Certain people are just racist rednecks, and so I appreciate that they went there. You know what I mean, and reminded us.
Yeah. And for the greater good, once everybody realized, okay, the greater good is rescuing these hostages. Let's stop fucking around with this little petty bullshit. They ended up teaming up.
Yep.
And they actually
Wesley doesn't like totally take it out on the guy. He sort of tries to shrug it off and move on, but then completely. Yeah. What's the line? What would you do if I were me? Kill myself. That's the best. That was
one of the best lines in the movie.
Kill myself.
Hey, look what we're doing, Andy. We're laughing. We're having fun. Why? Because we're being entertained.
Correct.
Which is the point of the movie.
Yeah. Can you imagine a movie doing that now? Never.
I would still react exactly the same though. I would still laugh hysterically.
That's amazing.
But yeah, even towards the end, they ended up working together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Let's stop this petty bullshit and end up working together. They were like talking shit back to each other, which was a lot of fun too.
Yep.
When he was driving the car and he was going slow, and then Wesley Snipes like, I thought you biscuit eating boys were like badass with the car, man. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, I ain't got a challenge like that since high school. They're having fun.
Yeah, it was weird because it's like, all right, this guy's seems kind of racist, but then gets to know him and they're trying to like work with each other. Yeah. I appreciate when movies at least try to do that.
Yeah. Again.
Yes, Kevin. Woo! Kevin Lambert sending over the fat bucks.
Oh no. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for those fat bucks. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see what he says here. He says some fat bucks for Phat Samurai Guy's birthday. Well, thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. All right.
Keep it coming, folks.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth with the comments because I'm trying to throw up photos once in a while.
Enough sitting there. See you, man. One of my guys.
Oh, 30 badasses hanging out. All right. Thanks again for hanging out in this afternoon. That's right. With the legend, Mr. Signor here. We're having a blast talking about a movie that was a blast to watch. That's right. Passenger 57. All right. So here's another positive of the film. And if you watched a lot of my videos, you know a lot of pet peeves. I'll start to get angry. I'll start to get frustrated if either the fight choreography is bad, or most importantly, the editing of the fight choreography or the editing of the fight scene, or if there's like really horribly bad shaky cam, or there's so much quick cut editing in the fight, completely ruins the fight. It doesn't matter how good the good martial artists and stuntmen are.
Right.
The editor and the people who did the fight completely fucked it up, and that kind of stuff pisses me off. Like it really makes me mad. However, the fight scenes in this movie, you could clearly see the fights. You could see every movement. The camera was held back perfect enough so you could see every move. The hits were hard hitting. No complaints about the fights. And
it's because you can tell they're not trying to cut away from it, which is what they do nowadays, right? They have to have it's like the Taken effect, where it's like, have you seen that supercut from Taken 3?
Oh yeah, when he's like jumping over the fence
for Liam Neeson to jump over the fence. That's the state of action movies these days, where it's like, oh my god, the audience isn't that pathetic. Like, we'd like to see it. Like The Raid, there are movies that show you the fights. Like, show me the fights. And when you have someone like Wesley who actually knows how to fight, of course.
Did you just say The Raid?
Yeah,
that's why we're best friends.
Okay, yeah, no, The Raid too, also, right? They did it.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I mean, when the other one, I only just recently got into it, but Ip Man. Oh man,
nice, perfect,
blast. But you get the real stuff in there.
Yeah, but they film it well. They have the camera back enough, just perfect enough. They don't have it all forward, and all you see is flailing of the arms. And I'm happy to say the fight scenes. There's not a lot of fight scenes because you got a small little airplane. but the fight scenes that are there are very well done. And to say that this movie is not thrilling at all,
oh my god,
somebody's on crack.
Let's talk about this scene. Poor
Yeah.
was it Dominic? What's his name?
The guy. Yeah.
Because this scene, and there's another one important, I think, to really remind of. Here do I have it here?
I have control of the plane and everything on it.
Have control of
Must I prove it?
Must I prove it?
Sir,
What is your name?
tell Mr. Cutter your name.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Douglas.
Cutter, meet Douglas.
Cutter, meet Douglas.
Let him go.
Let him
Do
go.
you have any children?
Do you have any children, Douglas? a daughter. A daughter. And then they shoot him.
Yeah.
I mean, the balls on this movie. They never happens in these movies.
No. Yeah. Our hero, in a way, technically failed. And action movies, a lot of action, mainstream Hollywood action movies nowadays, the hero never fails. The hero is not vulnerable. The hero doesn't have any weaknesses. The hero is pitch perfect, at everything. And you can't relate to somebody like that. You know what I mean? And what's great about this is this exact scene. That was awesome. You pulling up the audio. This exact scene, you would think it's basically a callback to what happened with his wife.
Yeah.
And you are like, okay,
he's not ready yet. He still hasn't gotten there, right? Our hero is flawed.
Yes.
That makes him a better character.
Yeah. And they set it up with his wife that he failed there. So here, we're brought to another similar situation. So apparently he's going to win now. He's going to win. He's going to save the day now. Nope.
Nope.
Hey, it's realistic. It feels realistic. He can't save everyone. He's just one guy. He's just doing the best that he can. That's why so many people love and can relate to Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
John McClane is just some regular cop.
Yes.
He's just some regular.
That's why we're all getting really triggered when that idea of what is it, McClane 1.0? They're doing like a prequel series about John. It's like you can't make a prequel series. I don't want to see John McClane be a badass cop before Die Hard. It'll completely negate the powerfulness of Die Hard. You know what I mean? But the other thing to mention, because you're right, I love this scene, the Douglas scene. It's a great important scene of why this movie works. Not only because it shows the hero's flawed, but it shows how intense the villain is. It gives them both.
Yes.
It's such a great cat and mouse moment that they don't show enough in movies where they actually not only kill a guy, but tell you his name and that he's a daughter. Bam.
Yeah.
Whoa. Damn, the stakes are now that immediately jumps up the stakes.
When action movies had balls.
Yep. Facts. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I missed this era. What is the last movie like this you feel like you saw?
In a mainstream Hollywood.
I got release? One if you don't.
Go ahead.
Olympus Has Fallen.
Okay. Yeah.
I appreciated that movie.
Yes. And what I like about the second one, I like the first one better than the second one. But what I like about the second one is the balls of the hero basically, look, I'm taking out the bad guys by any means necessary. And some people could look at it like, oh, man, I think he's overdoing it. No, I'm going to stab you in the head. I'm not fucking around.
They also avoid the trope of I love it because I hated White House Down. That to me was what was the problem with that movie. Olympus Has Fallen actually felt like a good lost 90s movie to me. And I love they got rid of the kid. There's that point where they could have done the kidnapped kid trope, but Banning takes the kid and saves the kid. And then moves on and goes after the bad guys. And you're like, oh, thank God we got that out of the way and didn't get bogged down in another stupid trope. But that was that. And I really liked the third one, actually. Angel Has Fallen surprised the shit. Did you see that one on Netflix?
I haven't seen the third one yet.
Oh, dude, promise me you'll watch it.
Yeah.
Nick Nolte
I have
steals the movie. I didn't know. Oh my God. It's like Olympus Has Fallen, but they make it The Fugitive. It's so good.
Okay.
I think it's on Netflix.
They're doing another one, right?
They're doing it. It's like a series. They're making it's done so successfully. They're doing a bunch of them now. But the second one, London Has Fallen, it got a little silly. The first one, I had a blast, and the third one surprised the hell out of me.
Okay,
it's got some silliness. Don't get me wrong, but
it's part of its charm, though.
Tell me
throwback. It's 80s throwback.
Nick Nolte is amazing in the movie. I'm not going to say what or why. But, check it out. But anyway, I'm trying to think. Are there other ones in chat? If you got them, like that have that 90s action feel. Like I'm trying to think. It's rare these days, you know?
It's rare. I'm like the action movie guy, and even I'm like struggling right now. Like,
I mean, like
I can't think off the top of my
Wick,
head right now.
we got John Wick, but they feel different to me. They don't feel like a 90s movie. If anything, they feel more like a Dirty Harry, like, you know, earlier 70s in a weird way. But yeah, there's something about like that era, the 90s, and then through the, you know, another one I love. It's talking about plane action movies, which I would love to I would rewatch it and do it with you at some point if you haven't. Executive Decision. Do you remember that one with Kurt Russell? Yeah, I loved that one.
That was great. I saw that in theater. That was great.
Oh, it's a blast. But yeah, it's like they don't make those. Like, I guess it's terrorist movies they just want to avoid in general now.
Yeah.
Shoot 'em up. That was a fun one. Enough said with Clive Owen.
Yes, that's another very underrated action movie.
I need to rewatch that one.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. It's very rare you see a movie like this where they show a vulnerable hero who's got to, you know, get over his demons. He's got to get over demons. And throughout the movie, I like how it was interesting how he kept calling the stewardess, he kept calling her Lisa.
Yep.
You know, that was his wife's name. And she's like, why are you calling me Lisa? You know what I mean? So he's a badass. He's the best at what he does. He even has a cheesy fun line where he's like, I'm the best. Right. But even during all that, he's still not perfect. He's still failing, which is refreshing. You know what I mean?
The other thing this movie has is just really good sidekick terrorist villains, like the guy with the hair plugs, the short little guy down in the galley. You know what I mean? And then you get the guy with the earrings, who's like the big move, and then you got Elizabeth Hurley out of nowhere. It is a good hodgepodge of supporting villain henchmen, which is another thing you need. You always Die Hard, name them. You know, you always remember some of the guy gets him. Another trope you need in a good 90s movie.
And you know, we did get some exciting scenes outside of the plane too. It was on that, the whole movie just wasn't in the plane. You know, we had some fun little stunts here and there, some chase sequences, a little bit of shootouts. But it's just overall a very fun, thrilling popcorn action flick that actually had a little bit more meat. It actually had a little bit more substance than the usual, you know, invincible action hero type movie. You know, and you know, 24% is ridiculous. It is really ridiculous.
I mean you got to though remember the time, right? Because there was a lot of Van Damme and Seagal movies still all sort of blowing up at that point. It's like where would you really put Passenger? I would say Under Siege is better than Passenger 57. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I think there are levels of these action levels where I could see back in the day I would have been like, I enjoyed it then.
Yeah.
I enjoy it now. I think a little bit more from a nostalgia and like respects perspective.
Right.
And I think I can understand in the moment back then that there were better movies of these.
Right.
They're just I do think there's a little bit of like they're so rare now. Yeah. That's why it seems like you and I and others maybe are loving it even more than we did then. But
I have one to recommend. Avengement.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Scott Adkins is a really good martial artist actor. He's been around for a while. It's on Netflix. You should be able to watch it. Watch Avengement.
Okay. I'll watch Avengement and you watch Angela's Fall. We'll do a
yeah, sure.
I've heard of him, Scott Adkins, but I haven't seen anything with him.
Yeah, he's so good. Now all of it. Now, just like every martial arts actor, they got their good movies and they got their bad movies. But I can recommend the good ones to you with him in it.
After years of assaulting him in prison, convicted felon escapes for avengement on those. Oh yeah, that's sign up.
But the fight,
tight.
The music, the fights. It's one of those movies where you're like, why is nobody talking about this movie? Yeah, it's just it's not like a huge budget movie, right?
Yeah.
But the fights.
It's not a Netflix movie. It's on Netflix. It's not an original. It's just on Netflix.
It's just on Netflix. It's not a Netflix original, no.
Because the Netflix originals are very hit or miss, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah, which we'll get to in a minute.
A good parallel of Anthony Mackie called Outside the Wire. It's like Passenger 57. Nice try, dude. No.
Who said that?
Anthony Mackie said it.
Wait, for reals?
Yes.
What are the chances of us putting these two movies together?
I'll
that connection,
because that's what I say. It's kind of funny to put these two together because the comparison is pretty amazing. But I'll find it for you.
How is Outside the Wire remotely like that? What's happened? That doesn't make any sense. Well, anyway.
So I have all the quote. I'll find it, but I'll let you know.
Oh my God. I can't believe that. That is
There it is. I have it. Everybody always hears, what actor do you want to be when they grow up? I always say Wesley Snipes.
Okay.
Seven is one of my favorites to this day.
That's
and
fine.
This feels like that. A good popcorn movie. I didn't get that vibe at all. In fact, I got to be honest. I didn't finish it. I tried. I was going to do it before, but I got enough to talk about. We can talk about. But man, nice try. Good popcorn.
Okay, and I'll let you know how much I loved it too. It's a 5 out of 5 star movie, and it's the greatest movie ever made. But yeah, check out Avengement. It's dope.
I'm adding it. Yeah,
his performance as this character is just like, you do not want to fuck with this dude, but it's good shit, man. Avengement's highly recommended. But yeah, you know, I think
I've added to my queue. So
perfect. But yeah, man, I'll watch what you call, and we'll meet up whenever if you want to talk about Avengement and Angel Has Fallen.
Still on there.
Okay.
Yeah, Angel. All the Fallen movies are still on Netflix somehow.
And there's only 3.
Yep, so far they're working on a series, and I think a 4th one. But yeah, give Gerard Butler. Just I gotta say, be honest, I liked Greenland a lot.
I've been hearing good things about Greenland.
I was really impressed. I mean, it's a little more thrillery intense than I expected it to be. My girl and I watched it, and we were on the edge of our seat, and it's silly at points, but at the same time, it surprised us that I was like, oh damn. But Gerard Butler, he's got some good ones in him for sure.
Yeah. I saw the review from my buddy Rob from Entertainment Talk Nation. You should check him out whenever you get some free time. He's got a good YouTube channel, but I saw his review, and he said that he loves disaster movies. He loves like disaster type flicks, right? He said that this one, for some reason, was in that type of same genre, but it didn't feel like as tropey or as cheesy as the other ones are, like 2012. Like he said, something felt like Day After Tomorrow. Like this one felt a little bit more real.
Correct.
Like this could happen. And I'm like, oh shoot, I got to check it out.
Totally right. Totally valid. And I had the same feeling. And it gets a little intense. You're just like, this is probably what would happen. And you're like,
check it out.
Scarier than Walking Dead. Like, oh man, yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, I think we covered the meat. Was anything positives or negatives else about
Phat 37? Yeah, I mean, you hit it. I mean, the scene where he gets off, they do get off the plane and go to a carnival for a while. But it's kind of nice that they got off the plane. I think actually, there's clearness of how they all fit in the galley and like, of course, but it is what I wanted. I got to be honest. Phat 37 is exactly what I wanted it to be. What you hope a movie like that would be. And you get the good finale at the end, not to spoil it, but you get a good. But I love that they kick him out and he falls down.
Yeah,
while they're on a moving plane. he would go, but he does the Hans Gruber, of course, which is physically impossible. But still, it's what you kind of want to see, even though it makes no sense physically, you know.
Yeah, but overall, it was entertaining. The fights were well filmed. You had a likable lead. You had a great villain. The score was good too. The soundtrack was fun, and they
go for like the jazzy. It goes with jazz feel, and it also felt like Lethal Weapon-y because
it did.
Yeah, so it's like it did have that vibe where I was like, I like that's a '90s thing for sure.
I was expecting to see Michael Kamen name pop up as the composer, but it wasn't him because he did all Lethal Weapons and the Die Hard movies. Yeah. Michael Kamen did the score, at least the early Die Hards, but yeah, overall, man, is it really that bad? Passenger 57?
No.
Is it really as low as 24%? Hell no.
No.
Me and Andy give it the recommendation grade. That's right. We give it the recommendation.
The side 57.
Thumbs up, baby. That's right. That's how we do it. Chat.
It's worth a watch on Netflix while it's still up there, so grab it.
Yeah, it's up there till the 30th.
You can usually find it in a good like DVD or Blu-ray 4-pack too, if you really don't have it on screen. They package it with other movies. Good, so find it somewhere and rewatch it. It's good to have in the collection.
And there's so many bad Die Hard clones. People don't take that into effect too. Like there's some bad Die Hard clones.
I still stand by this is the best one.
Speed is so good, man.
There's a lot of them, but I still think.
Have you ever seen have you ever seen a martial arts flick that came out in the 90s called A Perfect Weapon? The Perfect Weapon.
Oh, with
Jeff Speakman.
I know of it. That I didn't see it yet. Is that good?
It's good. It's good. Classic 90s martial arts, but his style of Kenpo was fun to watch. But the only reason I'm bringing that up is because The Perfect Weapon came out. That was his debut.
Yeah, 91. Yeah.
91, right?
I remember I was a little before. I remember the poster in my video store, and then my parents let me rent it.
I know, right? Hey, I was deprived too when I was young. I had to get older to watch the cool shit. Here's the fun fact about The Perfect Weapon with Jeff Speakman. It's a fun martial arts.
No gun, no knife, no equal.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Just try him.
But the movie did well. It wasn't like a ridiculously huge hit like Speed, but it did well for its budget. Like, it was kind of looked at as a hit. Guess what his next vehicle was supposed to be? Speed.
Really?
Yes.
He didn't get it?
No. It was supposed to be his movie, and I don't know if there was scheduling conflicts. I forgot exactly the reason. And then Keanu Reeves was the second choice.
Wow, what could have been?
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I don't know. I don't know Jeff Speakman enough, but I don't feel like he would have had the same appeal as Keanu.
Well, no, I mean, it's kind of strange too, because there was really no martial art fighting scenes in Speed.
Right.
Well, there would have been no time for fight scenes in Speed.
It would have ruined the movie because they would have turned it into a fight movie, and that's not a fight movie.
No.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I said it was just interesting because he kind of went. I mean, he's a great guy. I met him in real life. I have my photo with him, but he kind of career kind of went to the straight to video realm, as a lot of martial art actors, the kind of career goes that way. So he never really made anything else as as respected or as loved as The Perfect Weapon. Like, he kind of straight to video movies, as you do, when you get older. But it's always one of those I could have been a contender stories. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just brought that up. So go ahead.
No, it's fine, but I think there's something about Keanu is like he's so chill, and then when he kind of loses it at the end when Jeff Daniels' character goes, you feel it more. But yeah, the whole movie I remember because I showed my nieces and stuff. We watched because my son loved it so much. We watched it again over the holiday when I had my family, and they were all because they hadn't watched it. My nieces who were like 19. But they know Keanu obviously now, but they were just like, he's like, man, he's so nice and chill and hot and sweet. There's just something so likable, about what Keanu pulled off in that role. So as Jack, but I don't know. I couldn't have seen that as a kung fu movie.
Do you agree though that Speed made Keanu the action superstar? And similar to Wesley Snipes and Passenger 57 made him an action superstar.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't realize it was 3 years after Speed was 3 years after Passenger 57. Yeah, wow. Because Speed was 94. Speed was 94, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
And so that would make sense. I know this turned Wesley Snipes. I mean, he had done New Jack City.
That was a hit.
Snipes, and then White Man Can't Jump was like the same year, wasn't it? But this was
wow. So he was killing it.
Yeah, I think hold on, Mike. I'm usually pretty good at movie man's on dates. That's pretty good usually, but it was White Man Can't Jump was and 92, same year as Passenger 7.
All right.
And the Water Dance,
great year.
And he had right before that he did Jungle Fever and New Jack City, Mo Better Blues. So yeah, he had done stuff, but nothing massively like to define him. It was the White Man Can't Jump definitely was huge, and then Passenger 7 was like bam, and then Boiling Point, and then Rising Sun, and then Demolition Man. I mean, oh my god,
yeah.
Talked about that.
Another movie that wouldn't be made now.
Drop Zone. I like Drop Zone. Money Train. I heard you talking about. I like Money Train. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
And he's and then U.S. Marshals. And then stupid tax took him out. That's a whole nother story, man. He got screwed, by the way.
Which one?
Wesley Snipes on his tax evasion stuff. It's a sketchy story. The more I've been looking into that for something else I was considering.
Really? I like how he they turned it into a joke in Expendables 3.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, he paused. He's finally coming back. It's nice.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in Coming to America too.
Hopefully that's good because that's one of my favorite comedies. So hopefully that's a good movie.
We'll see.
Yeah, I know, right? But the Dolomite movie was so good. That was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, and he was great in it.
Yep.
He was great. So And you know, he'll always be Blade to me. Blade 1 and 2 are fantastic movies. And we won't talk about Blade Trinity, but we'll keep it going. Blade Trinity didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about.
I do a show over Movie World called Top 3 that I'm going to bring back at some point, but I bring in 2 guests, and the 3 of us have to agree on the top 3 movies of a certain actor.
Okay.
It's fun. You have 10 minutes and you all have to agree. But it would be fun to do that on Wesley Snipes, because it's like I'm thinking, what are the 3 best? He's got a few there. But Demolition Man's probably got to be my. I still think that's my. Even though it's slow, I don't know. I love Demolition Man so much. It's such a fun one. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get the Demolition figures for my set, but I can't. I keep missing them with the
Demolition figures.
They have Demolition Man figures. John Spartan and what's his name? They have them.
No way! I didn't even know they sold those.
I have Wild Wild West, Waterworld. I have a bunch of Last Action Hero. I love collecting 90s action movie action figures.
I mean, look at my background. I got all kinds of shit all over the place. It's fun, man. It's fun. But let's see.
But you know it's not fun.
What? Netflix originals. Sometimes. So you got to tell me, since you didn't even finish the movie because you hated it that much, how far did you get?
I got to the scene. I not far enough. I got to the scene where he deflates the mob, and then they shoot anyway. So it's pretty early. I'll open it on Netflix and tell you. So let's talk about it, because I saw the trailer and I was like, all right, this looks cool. I like Anthony Mackie. I got no problem with him. Yeah. I'll watch this. I put it on. Like the other thing you got to know about my life is like, I have family. I'm not to complain. I got 36 minutes into it. It left where I left off out of 150 minutes. I got a lot going. I never turn movies off, dude. I'm always like, I'm a completist. I try to do it. I get limited time some nights, right? Because with my kids, I got a 1-year-old and 2 other kids, and I got a lot going on. It's like, it's hard to sometimes get free time to like sit and finish the whole movie. Right. So usually particular, or I got to watch WandaVision or whatever I'm reviewing, right? So once in a while, but I try to fit in a couple movies a week still after hours. And I realized like I got limited time. Mm-hmm. I'm a half hour into this movie. No, I'm turning it off. Life's too short sometimes, and I've realized I've watched a lot of bad movies, but there was just nothing in this movie that, now I'm curious because you finished it. Maybe I'm wrong. You could talk me into finishing it, but let's talk about the first half hour. The guy who's not Anthony Mackie, I don't know his name. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
Shit. Who is this abomination of an actor? From an acting standpoint, from a writing standpoint, I wanted to punch this guy in the face.
He was my main pet peeve in the movie. So if you guys, Chad, if you haven't seen it, this is what the basic plot is. In the near future, a drone pilot sent into a war zone finds himself paired with a top secret android officer on a mission to stop a nuclear attack. And that made more sense reading it out than watching the movie. But so here's the thing. I finished the movie and I can clearly see people liking it. I could see people not having an issue with it. I could see people enjoying it as an action movie. I could see people, looking at this movie like, oh, that was a good time waster, and then completely forgetting about it the next hour, right? I can see people doing that. So if anybody likes this movie, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
however,
no, I'm kidding.
However, we got Fat Bucks here. We got more Fat Bucks.
Send the Fat Bucks in. Send the Fat Bucks in. It's his birthday. Make it his birthday. Make it a happy birthday.
Thanks, baby Toshiro. Man, y'all bringing me back some of my favorite Wesley Snipes movies. One of my favorite Snipes movies is Money Train. There you go.
Facts, baby.
Facts. That's right.
In Money Train, I'm much more interested in talking about Wesley Snipes movies, but we'll get back to the stupid.
Yeah.
In Money Train, I forgot the scene that freaked me out was when Chris Cooper is the bad guy, which I forgot too, and he puts the tube in the subway teller's booth, fills it up with gasoline, and then lights it on fire. That was scary. And then it was messed up because they started doing it in real life. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Movie got in trouble because it was like someone copycatted it in the subways. But I mean, it's like a laugh and an action flick. But no, that movie is intense at times. It actually did cause some serious drama. in the news as I remember. But I like it.
I'm pretty sure I have it on DVD. It's fun. It's a fun movie. So, but now let's get back to the Passenger 57 of 2021.
Yeah, as Anthony Mackie says, it's just like Passenger 57. It's a good popcorn flick. Oh my god.
I could see people probably liking it that way. That's fine. To each his own. However, my pet peeve with action flicks or movies in general is if I don't give a fuck about the lead. If I don't give a fuck about the lead, if the writing's not good to the point where it makes sense, and all of a sudden, oh, we're supposed to root for this guy now? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. When you failed, and then right in the third act, oh, he did make the right decision. Oh, he's not a dick. Oh, he's the savior of humanity. If I'm not on board,
is that where it finally goes?
That's where it goes.
The events at the beginning, or another decision he makes.
No. I'll get to it right now. No. Anthony Mackie at one point says you made the right decision
about the beginning part.
Yeah.
Wait, can we spoil the movie for if you don't want to get spoiled?
These are always spoilers.
Okay, good. Yeah. So wait, hold on. All right. So let's connect. So here's what let me tell you what I saw, and then you can
right in the beginning. Annoyed.
In the beginning of the movie, we meet this guy. His name is, I don't know if you have a picture of him, but my God, this guy sucks. I'm sorry. Damson Idris. Ooh.
Apparently, he's supposed to be a really good actor. And I was like, from what?
Man, he is atrocious in this movie. Now, it might have been the script. I don't know. He's the most unlikable, whiny, bratty, and he's your hero. And you're just like, oh my God, I want to punch this guy every time. So the movie starts with him as a drone pilot. And he's like, he's like a Twitch streamer. He's just sitting there like, he's like backseat driving like soldiers on the ground, like trying to like save themselves and fight.
Yeah.
And you got him out. He's like, and the movie starts with that way, and then the guy's like, "All right," and he's like, we got to bomb it. There's something bad happening. No, don't do it. I'm on the ground. Don't do it. I'm saving my soldiers. Don't you dare do it.
Yeah.
We gotta do this. Something's wrong. Gotta bomb it. Like he's like literally some idiot YouTuber who's just like controlling the drones from up top, making the call. And so, guys. I'm going to spoil for those who don't want to watch it. He goes and then he decides to blow it up against the wishes of everybody. Yeah. And then they decide to give him and so like he should be, what is that called when you're disbarred from the army or you're expelled? He betrays all the risks everybody, murders the soldiers. Yeah. Against that's the one thing you don't do.
Yeah. Even the other officer told him you should be in prison.
Correct. And they keep the justification is, well, we keep some people because you're worth more to us. Yeah,
you're the best at what you do. So
exactly,
plus killing innocents, you're not going to pay for it or anything.
So then they send him. So he's demoted, and he should be probably in prison or something. I don't know. But instead they send him to a camp, and then he barks orders at everybody there. He shows up. Why am I here? And that guy's like, dude, you will only speak when spoken to, or if I ask a question
to everyone.
Yeah, and then he's like, but sir, he's like, yo, shut the fuck up already. Yes. And he won't shut up. And so you meet this guy, and it's aggressive and annoying, and you're just like, oh my God. And then he meets Anthony Mackie. So we go and he reports to Anthony Mackie, who then reveals that you were worth more to us. There's something about you, and we'll find out. You'll either die on my mission, or you'll prove it was worth it. And then it was all what he finds out. And then like for some reason, like Anthony Mackie just takes this guy as his number one on a mission. I forgot. And then at some point, Anthony Mackie takes his shirt off and he's a cyborg or something out of nowhere.
as you do. Come on, it's the future.
There's just a moment where like, and he's like see-through and you see all the tech and he's clearly like a biological cyborg weapon. I don't know. He's like, you have exactly 60 seconds to be okay with this or you're out. And then you have this dumb character who clearly would not be okay with this. We've just established he's the most he will not follow authority by any step of the imagination, and just says, okay, fine. And then Anthony Mackie, knowing how much trouble and how much of a jackass this guy is, decides to like make him be like the assistant on this like peacekeeping, like I'm going to bring shit together, blah, blah, blah mission. And that's where it's at. And so I was already just like rolling my eyes the whole time. And they go to a scene where Anthony Mackie tries to de-escalate some like warring faction, and he like steps in the middle of it. and is like puts his weapons down, and it's clearly because he's a robot and he knows he can't die, or he doesn't care if he dies. And then he like calms it down, but then of course doesn't do shit. Everybody murders each other anyway. There's some gunmen up top, and then it all goes to hellfire. And then the damn Sinidris guy just keeps bitching about, why'd you do that? You know, blah 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 blah. And at that point, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
life's too short. I'm not. I don't care. Clearly, he's going to learn a lesson. He's going to be the good guy, whatever it is. Anthony Mackie was so boring. Anthony Mackie is. I'm sorry. I like him as the Falcon.
Okay,
he plays the same character now in every movie I've seen, from 8 Mile to whatever. It's always like this serious but snarky guy who's just going to do what he does. And I need a little bit more range from my Anthony Mackie. And then Damson Idris was so damn annoying that I checked out. Sorry. That's. I will stop talking. That's where I went. Tell us, elaborate. Did it get better?
Well, I actually liked Anthony Mackie in this. That's because this was our alternative.
That's true. When you sit next to that, you like Anthony Mackie a lot.
Mackie was. I was like, oh, thank God, somebody who can emote. You know, like. So the chat. Somebody in the chat said he's really good. The Idris guy is really good in this TV show called Snowfall. So maybe it is the script.
Okay.
But still, it's just, dude, nonstop. I just want to pimp slap this motherfucker, man. Like, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. You know, and then like he's in the middle of gunfire. He doesn't know he's never been in a real fight before. And Anthony Mackie's like trying to save his ass, and he's like, what the fuck? Oh God, it's so bad. So anyway, you forgot to mention that earlier when he was the keyboard warrior, killing innocent Marines. He was eating gummy bears. Yeah, because people
are dying on the floor. Why would he be taking it seriously?
Fuck it, yeah. And he completely disobeys orders. It's like, why even call your superior? Why even call your superior to ask for permission if you're going to disobey and kill a whole bunch of innocent Marines while eating gummy bears, right? So anyway. But so they have their mission. They're going on their mission. They're trying to stop this guy called, I'm going to call him Volkov because it doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to call him Voldemort. All right. They got to go, they're trying to avoid Voldemort, and they're trying to bring medical supplies and stuff like that to this group out there that needs it. There's sick kids, there's sick women and children and stuff like that. So they're trying to bring supplies to them. But at the same time, they're trying to make sure Voldemort does not get these codes. If he gets these codes, then he's going to have access to all the nuclear weapons, and he's going to start World War III or whatever the fuck. That's basically the plot of the movie. Okay. All right. So, Jesus. So later, if you even want to bother finishing the movie out of boredom, there is some solid action sequences later. Because when Mackie finally goes,
how?
Well, he when the ambush, this first ambush action sequence was okay. It was all right, even though useless Doofy on the right here was useless. There was some interesting action there. But later, when Mackie goes full Terminator, there's some solid action there. I'm not saying it's great, but he does some crazy John Wick shit. He jumps through a windshield, comes around on the other side, grabs a flag, throws it, and impales this guy. Like, he does all this crazy shit, takes out some of the robots. Hold on a second, I'm getting a call here. Don't they know I'm talking to Andy?
I was like, oh, anyway. I might have. Damn it.
No, that was me. Sorry, I just hung up. But yeah, I mean, there's some hand-to-hand combat where he destroys some guys. The editing of some of the fighting in that I didn't like. But at least there was something happening. But the problem is I still don't give a shit of what's going on. So even though later, sure, people could sit down and enjoy some of the action sequences. Sure, they can enjoy it. But me, I was just kind of losing patience. I was like, okay, the action's nice. It's pretty. It's okay. I enjoy Terminator Anthony Mackie. It's kind of fun doing his T-1000 run, while he's running around the movie with like T-1000.
Do they explain why he's a Terminator?
He's just created. He's like their secret weapon. And
only to be clear, there were, I did see it. There were like robot soldiers that they had created. So he was like an upgraded version of those robot soldiers.
Yeah, they called them Gumps,
right?
Which is a horrible name for an intimidating robot soldier.
Someone said in the chat, I loved it. They're like the robot soldiers had more personality than the guy. Which is factual.
But look at the CGI here. Like the CGI in the movie, some of it was solid,
Sure.
and some of it was like, ooh, I don't know
I
about
can
that.
give that positive too. It's fair.
Yeah, it goes from solid to ooh, I don't know about that. But yeah, there were moments. I mean, that's great that chat's bringing that up because there were moments that. Oh boy, I think it's hailing right now over here because it was raining earlier. I think if you hear that, it's probably hail.
Oh,
Sorry.
No.
Weather report. Weather report in California. Okay, anyway.
California, that's right.
Yeah. So there were throughout the movie, I was kind of like, okay, but the guy's acting was so bad. He was so unlikable. He was so wooden. He didn't show any emotion. That for a second, I'm like, who the fuck is the robot? Which guy is the robot at this point? They even and here's where the movie where it's too late though. It's too late. Here's when the movie's like trying hard to make you like the guy now. So you have a scene where they're sitting in a truck, and all of a sudden Mackie goes, "Hey, you know what? By the way, you made the right decision because that military vehicle that parked out front was going to kill all of the Marines, and you made the right decision in disobeying orders and blowing up the truck." And I'm like, really, dude? Really? Like you're gonna bring that up and like movie? You're trying too hard.
How did he know that?
Intuition.
The robot intuition knew that. Oh, by the way, I knew that was.
Well, you find out later. Anthony Mackie says, "I chose you." So he goes, "I chose you because of how you think. We think alike. You have a very cold way about you."
I'm so glad I gave up. It was not worth that reveal. Oh, yeah, so glad I turned on. See that's the night I turned on Passenger 57 instead, and I had a blast.
Oh, I'm so happy you did. 54 badasses watching us and hanging out right now. Thanks again. But yeah, so again, it's off and on. Like you get some solid action sequences only with Anthony Mackie, really, not with the other guy, and. Then it becomes the Terminator training day. I don't know if you've heard that already, but that's basically what this is. Somebody's like, I like Terminator and I like Training Day. Let's throw them together.
Let's not make it as good as either.
Exactly. So then at some point, Mackie kind of poses as like he's the villain. He just used Useless. We're gonna call him Useless. He used Useless. And he actually stole the codes for himself because he wants access to the nukes so that he could kill all of mankind for peace, Andy, for peace purposes. Yes. He turned into Ozymandias from Watchmen as basically what he did. I'm tired of war. I'm tired of being a part of war. And I'm just going to blow up everything and we're going to start anew and start fresh. That's the plot. And this was like after all the badass stuff that if you're kind of enjoying that, like you don't really like Useless, but you're like, okay, at least Anthony Mackie. At least Anthony Mackie. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. At least Terminator is like, okay, he's kind of fun to watch in the action scenes here. But at that point, now that plot point's introduced, now you have nobody to root for now. You know what I mean? So now the movie's kind of really losing me now. Now I'm like, oh my God. So it's a twist over another twist. Okay, where am I here?
Too many twists.
Right. Yeah, too many twists.
Too many twists.
But there were moments where you could tell the movie was trying hard to make you like Useless. And there's a part where
calling him useless.
Yeah, there's a part in the movie where Mackie meets up with this female character. She's like part of a rebellion, and she has a whole like school for kids and stuff like that. She takes them in, and a place where they could stay. And she walks up to Useless, and she tells him, "All of these kids are here because of guys like you, because you and your drone and your bombs and your war. It's all your fault. All these kids don't have any parents, and they're orphans. It's all because of you, right?" So then she walks away, and then the camera slowly zooms in on Useless's face to kind of make you think, to kind of try to fool you as a viewer to like, okay, you gotta like him now. Look, he's starting to feel and regret. Look, and you know what his face looked like during that scene? It zooms in on him. His face was like this, like nothing. His face, I was like, he showed no emotion there. What was the point of that?
I'm going to that right now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man,
That's
what's
like the
up?
last shot.
What's up?
Is that the last shot? Oh, can you hear me? Is that the last shot of him, his face?
No. This was like earlier when almost we're getting to the third act now before Mackie just betrays him. I just forgot. I wanted to talk about that part because at that point the movie's trying really hard to make you like the useless.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
it does. The movie does end on his face, ironically too. Though he walks into the camera.
Yeah. So let's see where we are now. Let's see here. Let me make sure. Oh, we got another Fat Bucks.
Woohoo!
Sorry if I missed any Fat Bucks, guys.
Happy birthday. Keep it coming, man. Tip your witchers.
I appreciate it, Ballin. Thanks again, man. Happy birthday. All right. We'll keep it. We'll get back to the meat here. All right, where we are in the story here. All right.
I do like they had the guy from House of Cards as the other sergeant guy.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. He was like one of the positive parts because he's a real actor. We're acting.
Yeah, and he was a great what's his name, Doug or whatever on House of Cards before that went to shit. Yeah. He was good. The few moments I had, he was entertaining me at least.
So the first time they tried to. The first attempt to trying to make you feel for useless was at 45 minutes in when Anthony Mackie is like, you did the right thing. You made the right decision, right? That was 45 minutes in. That was the first attempt. 115 minutes in, or a little bit later after that, he has the second attempt when he's around the kids, right? And then 1 hour and 31. This movie was too fucking long. This movie was way long. I kept checking my watch, man, that I don't own.
How long did it? You know how long it was?
It's long, man. Here, I got it right here. Hold on.
I mean, it was 1 hour and 48.
It felt long, though.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, end.
I know. I watched 31 minutes. I thought I watched like an hour. Not a good time.
As so far, up to 1 hour and 31 minutes, Useless has not yet apologized for killing innocent Marines while eating gummy bears. So far, 1 hour and 31 minutes has gone by, and he has not yet had that moment that the movie tried to give you that moment, but he did not have that moment where he was just like, I thought I did the right thing, but I probably made a huge mistake. And if I did, I'm sorry for it. He didn't even have that.
Nope.
Didn't even have that. But Mackie basically, he betrays him. He kind of drops him off. He ends up finding his way back to the military base with the House of Cards guy. And then he has this then he has this plan. He's like, well, we can't, because Mackie fools him and makes him, earlier in the movie, makes him take out like a tracking device. But he doesn't call it a tracking device. He's like, yeah, I need you to remove this for me. And, the Useless just does it because he's useless. So they can't track Mackie. Oh, Mackie kills Voldemort too later. The main villain of the movie, he kills him so that way he can have control. Because he has the codes, and that way he can.
Cool. Was he a bad guy at the end of the movie? Why didn't they do something cool like that? Where like Anthony Mackie was like, "Yeah, I took." See, if they had done a twist or was like, "I knew no one would care about you, right?" And I used you to actually destroy everybody. That would have been sick. That would have been like, you know what? Maybe I should go watch this movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's like Denzel at the end of the movie. Just all of a sudden, this movie was like. Can you imagine if Denzel at the end, towards the end of Training Day, he was just like, you know what? I was just trying to do the right thing, man.
I have the gummy bear moment. If you want to see the gummy bear moment, I have a cue.
Okay, let me see.
I won't show you. Just so you guys understand how much we hate this. Here's the drone operator, right? He's here doing the drone. They're debating, and then someone thought, let's just have him grab gummy bears. It's murdering.
Well, murdering innocents. Yeah. Oh
my God. That was such like a weird choice of the director to be like, how do we add this? How do we make this scene a little bit more interesting? Well, let's cut. I can't get it again. It's too close.
That's fine.
We'll cut to him eating gummy bears.
Yeah. Well, it's because his girlfriend, his love of his life, that's her nickname for him, Gummy Bear.
Oh, man. it just shows the director wasn't paying attention. He was going for style of like a deep focus shot of gummy bears that he grabs. You're like, no, dude, he should be like invested in making sure that people aren't dying, right? And he's eating gummy bears because he's so cool and good at his job. He can eat gummy bears.
So now at this point of the movie, Anthony Mackie is the Terminator Ozymandias, right? He's gonna launch the nuke. He's gonna wipe out everyone, and if that way, we can start anew. So at an hour and 31 minutes, Useless says, "I fucked up." Right? I have a plan. I know Anthony Mackie is in the vehicle. The female I mentioned earlier with the kids, the one like one of the rebels or whatever. He has her vehicle. They can track her vehicle, right? So he goes, let's track her vehicle because he's in that vehicle, and then let me go in. I don't know why he had to go in by himself, but they had him go in alone to stop Mackie at the end. It was one of the most anticlimactic endings to this popcorn movie that's just as fun as Passenger 57. And I think I even read some reviews of people who like this movie. This whole third act, it lost them. I think even they admitted that. Yeah,
they liked it even before I checked out, and then they got mad after that. Interesting.
Yeah, they were just kind of like, because you kind of want to like, okay, Mackie's a badass. Let's kind of be on his side. Oh wait, he's the villain now. That kind of lost some people. But it's not the villain the way we want him to be a villain, where he's entertaining. It's just a villain with a message. You know what I mean? Which is lame. So when he yells, this is how hard the movie's trying to make you like him. We got to. The movie's almost over. We got to hurry up. We got to have the audience make sure let's punch them in the face. Punch them in the face. Like him. Hey, this guy. Like him.
He's good. He was
like
good.
Him.
We hired him because he's good on a TV show. You guys like him?
So right at the last minute, he yells, "I fucked up." But it's not because of killing innocent Marines while eating gummy bears. He still never apologizes for that. He yells, "I fucked up," because in a way, he kind of assisted Mackie in getting the codes and stuff like that, even though he got betrayed. So he says, "I fucked up for that," but he still doesn't apologize for what happened earlier. And again, like right after that scene, he's walking with the I don't know if this is the corporal, the guy who was the leader of his Marine troop, who was like, "Don't, I'm trying to save my men. Don't bomb us." That guy, right in the beginning of the movie, they're walking together, cracking jokes. Did you get as far as the movie where his team jumped that guy? They jumped Useless and were kicking his ass.
Yes.
Right? Oh, but no, we run out of time. We got to hurry up and end the movie. Oh, they're walking together, cracking jokes now. What the fuck is happening?
They never address it. They beat him up, and then by the next scene we have with them is that they are friends.
Cool. They beat him up earlier in the movie, but by the end of the movie, the leader of that same group who has beef still with Useless because he bombed his men, they're literally walking together, kind of cracking jokes. And I'm like, dude, this movie's trying way too hard the last minute to try to make you like this guy. Look, he's friends with the military guy. Hey, look, earlier, killing innocent people while eating gummy bears, it was the right decision. This movie's trying way too hard. Way too hard. And there's a few moments throughout there where the character's like trying to help innocent people. But I just didn't buy any of it, man. I just didn't buy any of it. When the movie is almost over and you're in your third act and you don't care about the lead, you can't change my mind at the last minute.
They tried that, huh?
Yeah. So for some reason he was the only one that could go in and try to stop a fucking Terminator. Let's send Useless, the guy who fucked up. Let's send him to go in there to fight Terminator. Horrible, lame, ending, anticlimactic ending. We just saw Mackie take out like Voldemort's whole team with Voldemort. He took out other robots manually, hand-to-hand combat, took out like all these dudes. He could shoot a guy 10 miles away, but he cannot stop the power of Useless. He cannot stop the power of Useless. And he's just letting Useless shoot him. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because he set off the bomb. So the bomb was, the nukes were going to launch at some point. But he's still like, why are you letting him kill you? Like, what are you doing, man? It's so lame. And then they had some really bad, I guess they were trying to make it exciting, and they had some really bad ADR, and they were quipping back and forth as if this was like a 90s action movie. I'm like, but you didn't see their mouths say it? You just saw them from the back in the dark? Oh, yeah, well, you suck. Like, it was just like, what is happening? It was bad.
Yeah, you're not helping me want to watch it, I'll be honest. Your recap sounds so much better.
Forward to the action, I guess, if you're curious. But I'm frustrated just talking about this movie, and that's not good. But there's a lot of people, and to each his own, that's perfectly fine. There's a lot of people out there that said, they kind of liked it, right? And that's fine. But, if there was better writing for Useless to where he realizes, you know what? I thought I did the right thing. I fucked up. How do we make this right? And I just gave a better performance than Useless in this whole movie right now. But the movie just like him, damn it. And it was too late. And that was the end of the movie. He saves the day. This guy saves humanity. He saves humanity. Yeah, and that's it. The end credits.
I was looking at because it says it's 38% on the screen, but I wanted to see like what they actually are saying, and they're even the negative reviews are not. I don't know.
What do they say?
Average sci-fi action movie with a lot less on its mind than it might have had. By the number stealth. Oh, I remember Stealth. Stealth meets Training Day plod. Journeyman director at least minds some decent RoboCop meets Jason Bourne acrobatics out of Leo, but adds little to the sides. Outside the wire repeatedly pushes the central irony of pairing an emotionally detached human with a compassionate killing machine without drawing any meaningful conclusions from their contrasting personalities. It's funny. Shouldn't the robot have less personality than the human?
Right? That's what I was saying earlier. I was like, which one's the fucking robot? It's so bad, dude.
Yeah, no, the critics don't like it. The audience is like 65%.
Yeah.
They're tolerant. I think, I don't know, the Netflix audience seems to tolerate their movies. I'm curious because I like Extraction. I'll be honest.
Me too.
Extraction was fun. The old guard had potential. Like there were parts of the old guard I liked, but I thought there was some silly parts. And then I like that too. I didn't like Six Underground, Michael Bay's. I had two. It was
bad.
It was so. I like Michael The Rock. Come on, Michael Bay has made some great movies. I love Ryan Reynolds. It just felt like they're like, all right, who can we cast from every big international city so we can try to be like globally successful, and then we'll just have Michael Bay just do what he does, and the plot doesn't matter, but we'll have some blood with it this time. And it was too ADD Michael Bay style where I couldn't connect any of it. And it was so hard to follow, and like it was too much for me. I felt like, oh my god, I need to watch this movie.
Some people said that it felt like a really expensive car commercial.
Yes, like the Taken 3 moment where they have to cut every.
Oh no!
I mean, there's a couple moments where they there was one shot where they murder somebody with a car, and yes, there are parts, but I don't know. I'm curious if the chat thinks that one too, but. My point is like those three is there one I missed? Those three feel like the biggest right now of like, all right, Netflix action films. Those are the three you sort of point to. And Extraction, I liked actually Extraction. It was good.
Yeah, great.
There's so many movies like this where I'm just like, why did you waste the money on this? I guess because they need the content, but this still didn't even feel like it was that cheap. Did it feel cheap to you?
Well, like I said, some of the CGI was solid.
Yeah.
And that cost money, but some of it was kind of like, ooh, they kind of phoned it in there, But it's just there's nobody to root for. And if you're gonna, if you're gonna give me a movie based on just a whole bunch of badass villains, I'll watch that too. But it depends on the context of the movie, though. Mm-hmm. But if this is an action popcorn movie like Passenger 57. It's got to be fun, like Passenger 57.
It needs more popcorn, exactly.
Yeah, and there was nothing fun about it. Instead of some solid action scenes when Mackie went full Terminator later in the movie. That was it though. But there was no essence of fun. And when you're trying to be preachy at the end, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Don't try to be preachy now, especially when I don't care.
Right. Well, no,
save the world. Like, get out of here, dude.
I'm trying to find. They don't have budget. Because you can't get grosses or anything when a Netflix movie, so it's hard to even know what they spent on this. But I'm so curious. what a movie like this costs for them, and is it really worth?
I'm looking right now. Sometimes IMDb says the budget.
That's what I'm looking. It does. I can't find it, but it's weird because I don't know. It's like I see that I'm curious if people see this being pushed in their queues too, because sometimes they just force it in there to try to make it popular.
It's still the number 10, I think, on Netflix. It's like number 10 ranked, like most watched or whatever. But there's people that like it, and that's fine. But it's just I don't hear people loving it though. Even the people that like it are not going, yo, Andy, bro, outside the motherfucking wire, yo, you gotta watch that right now. Like nobody's doing that. Even if people liked it, they're like, eh. But it just annoying characters are like a thorn in my side, and if you don't have a good enough script to make me to where it makes sense and it's convincing that this guy learned his lesson, and he's not being selfish anymore. But write it in a convincing way where we can root for this guy now. I've seen movies like that, done well,
right?
But it's just the annoyance that started right at the beginning of the movie with the fucking gummy bears. That never ended to the very end with me.
I mean, it set the tone for him. Coupled with the fact that it just felt like they were directing him in a way where you couldn't root for him. You said it perfectly. It's like with Pastor 7, he's likable, right? But you understand why he's flawed, so you believe why he messed up. But we get nothing from this guy to justify it, and it's like, I don't know, just that is a huge failure. And like, Anthony Mackie's likable, they're gonna make him a Terminator, but even that wasn't enough for me. Or I'm just like, as soon as Anthony Mackie was giving this guy the time of day, like he was special, he lost all credibility to me then too. And so I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can watch this with these two guys. Just
but look at this. This should be badass.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the trailer should be like, all right.
Badass from beginning to end. This should be popcorn cinema, fun. We got fucking robots. We got fucking
go against the robots. I'm gonna take I'm half robot. Dude, there's so much potential to it.
Yeah, there was potential. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So
what are you gonna do?
I guess since you haven't seen the rest of the movie, I guess I kind of
you read
the rest of it.
Came in I mean, I can go Pastor 7 for hours. I can go all movies for hours, but just to reiterate for those who joined, I watched the first 30, 35 minutes and I gave up. I tuned into Pastor 7 instead. Yeah. And I was going to go back and try to get through it, and then I couldn't make the time, but I thought, you know what, I've seen enough to justify why I didn't. And the fact is that's rare for me. I traditionally finish movies. I can't. Is there a movie you've turned off? Do you do that often? Because it's hard for me to turn off. It's getting easier now that there's so much stuff out there. I'm just I still don't do it often, but this one, man.
I was in the theater. I saw Battlefield Earth in theater.
Well, I've never walked out of the theater. If I was in a theater, I paid for it, I would have stuck it through.
Okay.
At home, now that's where we watch all these movies, and Netflix giving us so many movies, I don't know. I feel like, hey, keep me entertained, or I'm going to tune out. You got too much content.
I was too stunned at what I was looking at with Battlefield Earth to leave. I was too stunned at what was on screen. But yeah, outside the fucking wire, useless. The wire outside of the useless gummy bear. If you guys are huge fans of gummy bears and gumps, it's
not even enough gummy bears, so don't do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's true. That's true.
I like gummy bears.
I'm surprised they didn't hey, get this movie, you get free bag of gummy bears in the mail. But yeah, outside the wire, it's cool if you guys like it, but unfortunately, again, like I said, if I'm annoyed,
is it really that bad?
It's not even with a side character. He's been made to be the hero. Because sometimes you can forgive side characters. You're like, oh, that guy was annoying, but at least we're following this guy's journey. But this useless was the journey. So. Outside the wire, is it really that bad? I'm going to say yes. It deserves to stay where it is. 38%. It is not
really that bad.
Yeah, 38% is there only for the action later and only for Anthony Mackie, and that's all it is because that's it. That's the only reason that 38% is there, and it deserves to stay there. It deserves to stay there. So it does not get a pass from me and Andy. It does not get a pass.
It is not Passenger 57. Sorry, Anthony. Keep going. You'll get there. He's got potential.
Outside the Wire has failed. Passenger 57. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's so bad. That's a slap in the face to Passenger 57. The movie's got to be fun, man.
That is not a
fun.
Because even the thing, and listening to your full review, and good for you, bravo for finishing it.
I tried.
Even in listening to the full review, the things you're giving it credit for, the couple action sequence you mentioned, but sounds like nothing in it was popcorny to you. Like to define a popcorn flick, which is what Anthony Mackie was saying this was. Come on, dude. Popcorn flick is exactly what you said. It's fun.
Yeah.
Action, but still fun. You smile at it, and you're like, "Oh man, what?" This movie was not full of smiles at any point.
Nope.
From its cast, from its audience, from anybody involved.
Tino, what's going on? We got some people here. Asian movie enthusiast in the house. He says, "Hey guys, what did I miss?" Well, we gave obviously Passenger 57 was not as bad because it's a kick-ass fun action flick. And Outside the Wire had potential, but it just kind of failed in the end. So I'm just letting chat know, letting you guys know. If you
now's the time, chat. Ask us anything. Send over your super chats because it's his birthday. So let's support this wonderful, beautiful man with some fat chat cash.
Fat bucks.
Yeah. Support it. Do you have a Cash App yet? You should be I should give you the Cash App code.
It should show up right there at the bottom.
Is the cash? Oh, there it's good. Cash App is always nice too, guys, because then you avoid the Google fees. It's really how you have your favorites.
I appreciate that, Andy, in chat.
Plugging.
Asian movie enthusiast agrees with our assessment. He says that makes sense to me. But yeah, chat, live Q&A. You got Mr. Signor here from Popcorn Planet. Let's get it cracking.
You know what movie? Now we're just freestyling. The one I just watched also, speaking of action movies, that I gave a shot because I ignored it earlier this year, Bloodshot, starring Vin Diesel. Have you seen that one yet?
Yes.
Did you review it?
No. But I
had any opinion on it. I had some problems with it.
I didn't like it. I made there's another series I want to start, but I haven't dived deep into it yet. It's called Versus. And so I put two movies together, either similar in title, concept, or in the same genre. And at the end of it, I decided which one was at least the most entertaining. And Bloodshot fucking sucked. And I put Bloodshot against the Old Guard because they're two live action properties based off of comic book movies where the two leads have the ability to regenerate.
Yeah.
So I kind of threw that together, and
that's a tough. I liked parts of each. That would be a tough one for me because I didn't hate Bloodshot. I was disappointed by Bloodshot. And I was disappointed by Old Guard as well. Like, were they the worst movies? No, they're not Outside the Wire, but they're just.
If you have to choose one,
ooh man,
I hated the action sequences in Bloodshot, and I hated that it was PG-13. I hated it.
Yeah, that's a valid.
That's one of the most violent comic books ever, and I hated the.
I don't know the comics, so I don't go with
the whole movie was safe. Everything was generic.
You're not wrong.
Safe, studio. You can tell they're all involved in it.
Well, even Vin Diesel, I'm sure, is like, I need this to be open to more quadrants because I'm Vin Diesel.
Yeah, and he showed up to play Vin Diesel and not Bloodshot. Totally. I've seen other people cosplay as Bloodshot. And it's just more badass. I've seen fan films of people dressing up just like the character, doing amazing action sequences, and it's violent, it's bloody, martial arts, swords, gunplay, and I'm like, where the fuck was that in this movie? I was so disappointed.
It bugged me because the concept is really great, and then they ruined it in the trailer because I didn't know the concept. But so when you see the trailer, you're like, oh, so then that whole first act, which should be interesting, and there should be a rug pulled from under you.
Yeah.
And they didn't need to do it. They didn't need to show you the twist. It was very weird. The trailer decided to tell you the whole movie. I don't know why they always feel the need. Show Vin Diesel, show the action, tell us, play the trick that the first act's playing, and just own it and make it seem like that's what the movie is. So that was disappointing because you know it's coming, and then when it comes, it's like, all right, well, I'm not surprised. And then he just there were parts that were okay. I'm trying to remember, but I didn't.
I like the blind guy.
Yes, he was good. I liked the London. I like the London guy at the end who sort of solves it all for him and gets him out of there as the sidekick.
Oh yeah,
he was fun, but yeah, it was just a disappointing movie.
yeah. But it's like I felt how you feel now. That's how I felt after I got done watching it. But when I think about it more,
You get
my hate for it rises as being just useless, pointless, and I'll never watch it again. And those movies kind of those movies that have potential kind of bug me more than the usual garbage. You know,
yeah, Old Guard had that problem too, though. Don't you agree?
it's not perfect. The one of the main things that we pulled out of Old Guard was the main villain was terrible.
Yep.
The main villain was horrible, generic stock. You know, but at least, you know, remember we watched Bloodshot first, so we were like, ugh. And then we went right into Old Guard. We're like, oh yay, thank God, R-rated action, some fun fights. We could see the fight choreography. It was violent, and some of the characters were memorable. But the Old Guard is not perfect. It is not like a perfect movie at all. It's got issues. I would like to see a sequel though.
Yeah, there's more to it that I'm interested in, but I agree. I liked parts of it. Both of those movies, to me, neither of them are terrible, but I didn't know the comics, so I understand why you might be more viscerally angry at it.
Well, it sounds like you like Bloodshot better than the Old Guard.
I might have liked Bloodshot a little. I mean, the truth is, I watched Bloodshot recently, and I watched Old Guard a while ago, and so it wasn't memorable. Like even as I'm trying to replay Old Guard, I'm just like, yeah, it was okay.
Yeah,
nothing stuck with me.
See, we did it right.
It was more violent. It was more violent.
Yeah, we watched it back to back, so it was kind of like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
But it was so stale, generic, bland. It felt like 3 people lived in this whole city, you know, and Bloodshot. It was just, oh.
Yeah, I think
you know what Bloodshot felt like?
Enough. Like the Old Guard concept is cool too. Go ahead, sorry.
You know what Bloodshot felt like? Bloodshot felt like early 2000, like the dark days of comic book movies. You know, like Ghost Rider and Daredevil, like the dark days.
Elektra.
Yeah, like just play it safe. Just play it safe. Make it generic. PG-13.
Well, I mean, come on, that era also had Spider-Man and X-Men, X2.
Well, I'm talking about the dark days. That's why they did dark one.
Yeah,
the bad ones.
You're talking the bad Catwoman. Okay, got it.
Yeah, like. But there's fans of Bloodshot, so we don't shit on the fans in that video. It's just like, okay, let's put 2 movies together. Which one at the end of the day was entertaining? That was more entertaining. That's all those are. But next, I think it'll be more fun if we bring in a third party. Hint, hint. If we do a future versus episode, we can do a live just like this. That way, we won't have like a tie or whatever. If we bring in one more person, I think that would be fun.
That would be fun. You should do it.
But yeah.
That is a good one. I saw it. Yeah, I was gonna say Tino's question is good. I've been thinking about it since I saw it.
What PG-13 action movie surprised as a badass movie?
Was Greenland PG-13?
It might have been. I don't think that would be R. Disaster movies are usually not R.
Yeah, it is PG-13. It surprised me. There's some intensity in that. That's a recent one I've just done.
I'm trying to think of action.
Yeah.
Like PG-13 action, but it was kick-ass.
It's also just been a bad year of movies, recent stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Can't think right now. Tino says he loved the Old Guard, but he agrees about the villain. The villain is terrible.
But there's more. They could, if they had a sequel and just amped up the fun on it and went there, they could make that could definitely be more interesting.
Yeah,
and I think they did well, so I think they're gonna.
Asian movie enthusiast says if Vin Diesel can headline big budget movies, I think Scott Adkins deserves a shot. It's sad with Scott Adkins. That's the boy I was talking about from Avengement. The guy.
Yeah, my buddy Lewis always has told me. I think he interviewed. You got to check out Scott. I haven't seen him yet, but yeah,
it's sad with him because he'll be in big budget movies, but as small, tiny characters. He never really gets his shot at a mainstream movie, which he deserves because he's a solid actor. You know, he's a physical specimen. He's a badass. He does stunts, action, all that stuff. But like in Doctor Strange, remember Doctor Strange? Mads Mikkelsen had 2 minions. And he had that one guy doing like spinning kicks and all that. That's Scott Adkins. He's one of those guys that's in the background.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Expendables 2, Jean-Claude Van Damme's like minion who like played like a Russian guy.
Well, I've seen him. I just haven't. He hasn't been put in the
had to fight with Jason Statham at the end of the movie.
Okay.
Expendables 2. That's him. So he'll be in big mainstream movies, but he'll have small roles. But when you see him in Avengement, You're gonna be like, yo, this guy's really great. But he does have a huge fan base. But some people call him the Samuel L. Jackson of martial arts action movies.
He's in that many.
He makes like 1,000 movies a year. It's insane. Like how many movies this guy works. He's like so hardworking. He's in like so many movies. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. Asian movie enthusiast says Casino Royale. There you go.
And Mission Impossible Fallout also was solid.
Which one?
He said Mission Impossible Fallout also.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Solid. You schooled us.
Yeah.
I've still been trying to think. I'm like, because
it's hard to think. It's hard to think of badass and PG-13. It's hard to put those two together. So that's why it took me a while. But no, those are good choices. Those are definitely good choices. But other than that,
I'm also trying to think like what decade, especially the reason. I just don't think we've had a lot of good action movies recently.
Yeah, you're right. What was Edge of Tomorrow PG-13?
Yes, it is. That's a good one.
Whoa, I got one.
With alien blood.
I got one. Yeah,
that is a good one. Because I almost watched that with my kids. I just looked it up the other day because I was like, I don't care if they see the violence or the blood. I just don't want them to see the sex because they're still in it and don't know what on that shit is. So I'm always gonna watch the movie like, all right, cool, violence, fine. Sex stuff, no.
Hey, so Asian movie enthusiast cheated. He says he Googled it.
Oh, he Googled PG-13 movies.
Ooh.
Taken is R, I thought.
Taken's R-rated. That's R. Yeah.
Isn't it? I think so.
Well, the sequels might be PG-13, but those suck.
God, they're terrible. What do you think of that one? Speaking of which, totally tangent. I did a video on it. What do you think of Liam Neeson taking over for Leslie Nielsen in Naked Gun?
He can do comedy, but I mean, he could be funny, but how do you remake a parody?
Well, you just do it again. I mean, I didn't have a problem with the Naked Gun sequels, but the problem is you got to, as I said in my thing, you can't just turn into, oh, look, Jack Sparrow, which is what spoof movies became, There wasn't actually any writing or spoofing. It was just like reference movies, and that's
movie. Yeah, like date movie.
Let's just do this scene, and here's that character. Here's Borat, my wife, and that they thought that was going to be funny, and it sold tickets, right? Because it was on a poster and it seemed funny, but then that just eventually got stale, and people were like, "Oh, this genre sucks," because they wised up to it. But if you actually, Seth MacFarlane's supposed to write it. If you actually wrote it well,
yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. I'm nervous. Like, why would I want to do that? But I thought about like, you know what, Liam Neeson could be really that's a clever casting if you're going to do it,
Right.
And Naked Gun still holds up. The first one, especially. Holy shit, that's funny.
Anything is possible. It could happen. It's just I'm so tired of our beloved classics being botched. But I know it's never going to end because that's Hollywood. That's just how it is. We're going to remake, reboot, sequel, prequel, everything. Like, hey, everybody for years wanted a prequel to, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Come on. It's like, no, nobody wants a prequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Whose idea was this?
Tom Holland, get out of here.
So bad.
Taken is PG-13.
Oh my God. Well, thank you, Rhett. Thanks for that.
Wow. I really thought it was more like violent with the prostitutes and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I thought they really went there. Wow, that's a good one. That's a good answer for that question then, because
that's perfect. Good job. Thanks, Rhett.
An R. Winter Soldier. That's another good one.
Yeah. I was trying not to cheat with the superhero movies, but yeah, it's a good choice.
I mean, Winter Soldier of all the superhero movies to me is the best answer to that.
It's fantastic. Oh man.
And the Bourne, somebody said the Bourne movies I was trying to think are also those are all PG-13 as well.
Yeah, I like the first one.
Dude, do they have the Bourne Stuntacular? Have you been to do they have that there? Holy shit. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but no, because I went to Universal here while it was on lockdown. It was actually the safest. I was like, wow, this is safe and clean. I'm glad I went. And it was empty. Okay. And I went and I hadn't seen it before, but because I got it, they had a really good deal. And my daughter wanted to go to Harry Potter Land for her birthday, her like Harry Potter birthday. She turned the year for Hogwarts. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. But over there, I tried to maximize the thing. And I always sort of put it off. But the Stuntacular at US Bourne-tacular, whatever they call it, the Jason Bourne's stunt show. And
Okay.
holy shit, guys! If you're there in Universal, it's here in Florida. I'm in Florida. I don't know if they
Right.
have it by you, but holy
Yeah.
shit, I was so impressed. And don't go look it up and ruin it. But what I'll say is they do the stunt on a moving stage with a huge screen. So the stunt guys are all synced to the screen behind them, and they interplay wire work, explosions, cars,
Nice.
all the sets roll in from the set with this
Yeah.
screen behind it. And
Yeah.
holy shit, it was cool. Like you're sitting in a theater, but they have real actors on a stage. It's just like a massive screen. And so like they'll have like sets of like the city start, a real set, like a practical set will roll in.
Yeah.
And synced to the footage of like the background. So it looks like, oh shit, you're there. And they have the actor interact with the people.
Yeah.
You put a few people in front and then they'll have a crowd of people. So you can't, it becomes seamless. I was shocked how good it was. So as an action fan, don't like put it off and think it's a dumb live show. When shit gets back together, I hope they keep it around and they take advantage of that technology to do more. But they had it all timed with fight sequences on stage, and then people.
How cool was that?
They had like the Jason Bourne scene where he fights with hands. So they put like 5 people in the front, and then they have a whole scene of fake shot extras behind them.
Yeah,
cheering. So it really suddenly looks like you're there in wherever he's fighting, and they all like catch him and move. It's like I can't speak highly enough. I was so impressed. Has anyone seen it? It's just me. I didn't even know it existed. But Jason Bourne brought me back into Jason Bourne because while you're waiting the queue, they play all the scenes and that. It's good.
Sounds more exciting than Outside the Wire.
Oh my god, yes.
That's pretty dope. That is dope, man.
I figured out how to do a car chase using. I was watching it as a technical, filmmaker person. I was paying attention, but even they lost me at a certain point. I'm like, oh, I'm just riding this thing. I don't even want to look at the technology. But I've been wanting to go back and watch it again and be like, how did you fucking do all that? It's impressive. The technology we have these days in rides and stunt shows. I'm excited to see where they take it all. With Avengers Land, they're working on and shit. We could get some really cool shit in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down for that kind of stuff. Have you heard? Chat asks me all the time, and I don't have the answer. Have you heard? Because sometimes you get the scoop. Anything on this new Masters of the Universe movie? Not the show coming out, but Kevin Smith behind it.
No, I haven't asked around, but I could. I'm curious, dude. I mean, I have. Just so we're clear.
Gonna represent.
I have a whole box, dude, but that is my.
Nice.
That's I lost the front because as a kid I played with my toys, so that's why they're not like in the best of shape. I have a whole box of He-Man, so I'm a huge He-Man fan. I even got the redo, which I actually thought was a pretty cool line. Have you seen these? They've basically remade them as like the retro style, but for today. Because I don't want my kid playing with my original one, so I bought the new one.
How cool is that?
How about what was the question?
No, I just said, how cool is that?
They're like
I'm just curious. I haven't heard.
I haven't. I will ask around. But what is this? The 2020th? 2020. But they've remastered all the characters.
How cool is that?
And it's pretty badass retro play because they know we have money and we'll just buy our toys a second time.
Oh yeah. I got some.
I don't know. I'll ask around some sources because I know the real thing is the Kevin Smith one. It's happening and it's close. I think that's coming out this year. I
got a couple of Funko Pops and the Masters of the Universe, the movie. Did you see they redid those figures?
Like what's his name? What's the Gringo?
Dolph Lundgren and Franklin Skeletor. Yeah, they made
stupid elf character's name, not Orko, the one in the movie. That's stupid elf.
Gildor.
That's what I was trying to come up with.
Gildor, yeah.
Did they redo a Gildor figure? Wow.
No, they didn't make a Gildor figure.
That would have been badass.
You showed me yours. I'll show you mine. Hold on. Just keep talking to chat.
I have King Hiss. I do have King Hiss in my box of toys. I got a lot of old. I don't bring them all out, especially because some of them don't stand as well. Like you can tell here, like He-Man's a little fragile. Like he's just faded. I think I chewed on his head a little bit when I was a kid. This thing broke. So it's like, it doesn't, could I sell this? No, but this one's mine. You know what I mean? Like this character is like Buzz and Woody in Toy Story. Like it's been played. A lot of playtime has been happening on these, so that's why I keep it. But this new one, I gotta admit, I mean, and they give you more points to turn, to play.
So you got
oh wow, so it is. Yeah, that's badass. It's the Dolph Lundgren He-Man
here, right? And then got some Franklin Skeletor.
Those are sick.
And this is something I wanted ever since I was young. I've always wanted the Golden God version or the Mandarin version of Skeletor at the end of the movie.
Oh wow, they made that too?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
Are those the only three they made? Are there other figures that in that line?
The fourth one in the line is the one, the Commander, the one with the big white wig.
Okay, yeah, not
cool. I was like, I don't give a shit about him. I wish they did Blade
too.
I wish they did Blade, not Blade comic book Blade, but the Blade in the movie.
Yeah, it's I'm shocked they haven't figured out how to make that movie. They've had so many different versions too. I mean, attempts. But yeah, Noah, what's his name from? I don't know, from the Netflix show, Noah Centineo. I know he's doing the Shazam movie,
right?
The Rock. But I'll ask around. I'm shocked. I'm
curious, like what's going on? Like, are they doing it or not?
I mean, everything's up in the air now because of COVID. Yeah. So who knows?
That's
maybe
true. That's true.
Maybe we would have known more information if the world didn't fucking just stop. Depressingly, I laugh because how else do you get through it? But yeah, movies are so sad.
Yeah. Sean's got a good question. Why do you think the live action movie failed when it came out in the 80s?
I mean, I was there. It wasn't the figures. You know what I mean? Like they didn't embrace the world we knew. It was like Super Mario Brothers movie. Same reason. It was like, what the hell is this?
A lot of it is they didn't have the budget to create an Eternia. That's why majority of the movie is on Earth. And that's not what fans wanted to see. But when I was young, I didn't give a shit. I was like, oh, it's He-Man. I didn't care. But I think, and there's a lot of Star Wars comparisons too. Like I felt like a Star Wars movie. A lot of people didn't like that. With the lasers and the dark cloaked hood.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
The Emperor Lightning, the special effects weren't good. And this is one of this movie, and I believe Superman 4 were the big bombs which put Cannon under.
Cannon, so it's not Cannon. Yes, no, there's a documentary about it too. I think, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But
it's because the other comparison. I was gonna say the other movie to put in that comparison would be the Ninja Turtles movie, which I thought did crush it. Like the 1990 movie was actually dark. Like the parents complained it was too violent.
Oh yeah.
And that one I thought actually pulled it together. It's
still the best live action movie, Ninja Turtle movie, to this day.
Oh, I agree.
In my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Secret of Ooze as a kid was sort of fun, but that sort of did the same thing of like why weren't those kids? Why was Toka and Rozar not Bebop and Rocksteady? Like hello.
Yeah, I know. It
was so stupid.
Better than the Bay Turtles, in my opinion. Yeah, well,
it's an interesting one.
The first one.
The Bay Turtles got better in the second movie as characters.
Uh-huh.
They look like monstrosities. I knew the director of Out of the Shadows, and I know there was a struggle on those movies.
Yeah.
They had turtle fans behind the scenes who were trying their damnedest to make that movie right. And the screenwriters on the movie, they didn't give a fuck about the movie. They were writing Zoo, which was like a CBS show at the time. So they just took the money, took the sequel, and they didn't give a shit. The writers didn't give a shit. And so that's director and everybody who was like trying their fucking damnedest to like fix the script, fix the movie, bring the characters we know and love. And it just became, while it was better, it just became still a mess. But it was frustrating. It all started with those monstrosity of turtles, which was like, awful.
The only saving grace for me, I know. The only saving grace for me in the Master Universe movie is this guy. Frank Langella as Skeletor is the shit. He is the shit. And it's funny, too, because this guy's a great actor, and he has gone on record saying that he had the most fun in his whole career. I mean, this is the guy who played Dracula, too. And his whole career, this is the most fun he had on playing a villain was Masters of the Universe.
Hey, Skeletor is a blast. That's Mark Hamill doing it next, so it's a good line of people.
Oh, you're talking about for the voice? Yeah, there's a pretty good voice. It was Alina Headey as Evil Lynn. I mean,
you got a good cast group involved. So it's I love that it's a sequel to the original one.
Yeah,
Like, good for him.
When is that coming out? Do you know?
I don't know if they named a date yet, but I think of this year. We should get it this year. Cartoon takes a little while for Netflix, obviously, but it seems like it's coming.
Well, cool. I'm excited for that. Balin says, Phat, I'm watching a 90s TV Kung Fu miniseries called Vanishing Sun starring Russell Wong. It brought back so many memories. Do you remember that? Do you remember Vanishing Sun?
No.
That's old. That is an old 90s show, man.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I used to watch it. I remember it used to be part of like the Action Pack. And I remember the Action Pack, it was like Viper, Hercules, the Hercules show with Kevin Sorbo, and like Vanishing Sun was on there too. I remember those.
Old man in this show.
Who's
this old man in this poster?
On Vanishing Sun? I never watched all of it, but I remember enjoying it.
I don't know who the hell is this?
Well, now I got to look it up now. Hold on.
I have it there if you share it.
All right.
This guy.
Let me see.
Who's the guy on the bottom?
Oh, is that?
Fedora.
Dude, I actually don't remember.
Weird poster. Like, hey,
Ballin. Who's the guy on the bottom?
And then it's like, oh, and here's our dad, our uncle, our weird uncle, and our Uncle Frank. Such a weird trio.
I'm a ninja from Brooklyn.
I'm a ninja, and I'm some blonde, and I'm Uncle Frank. The hell is this?
I don't remember, to be honest. I barely remember the show, but I'm surprised I even remember it. But I remember I used to watch a few episodes, though. Oh, my goodness. Fun. How many TV shows over the years just...
Oh, it's Rebecca Gayheart. I had a crush on her. Is that who that is?
Is it? Can you show it again?
Is this her? Hold on.
I got it.
Share again. I got it.
All right. It didn't look like her.
Am I crazy?
Let me see.
Or is that just someone who looks like her?
Let me see.
Right?
No, that's her. That's her. I don't remember her being... Well, like I said, I only watched a few episodes. Vanishing Sun.
I remember Rebecca Gayheart. She was fire back then.
Yep.
Right?
Noxzema commercial, son. I still remember.
Vanishing Sun 3?
Huh?
Vanishing Sun. Were these movies?
No, there is a TV show. I mean, maybe they had pilots first.
Yeah, Rebecca Gayheart. Rebecca Gayheart as Golden Tressed Cellist Claire Armstrong.
Of course.
Yeah, of course he's a Golden Tressed Cellist. Yeah, I don't remember this. I remember Hercules.
Yeah.
This one.
I had a crush on Xena. I'm not ashamed.
Yeah, I have heard. I have this one.
I still have a crush on Lucy Lawless. It hasn't ended.
Where comic book guy kidnaps her.
Oh my God, the Simpsons episode. That's hilarious.
Worst episode ever. Because he's the collector. I think I have the collector too.
Oh my God. Do you have Bret Hart as Simpsons character?
Yeah. Did you say Bret Hart? I do actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's in I had somebody gave my way back. I got a gift of the celebrity seasons they released. I do have them. My favorite celebrity is still my idol growing up was always this man, Mr. Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah,
you find that when they finally made a Weird Al Yankovic in Simpsons form, I was like, oh my God, it's my two favorite.
You got to get
identifying things as a kid. So
you got to get it. Oh my God, Here's some more '90s shows for you: Tech Wars and Knight Rider 2010. You remember those?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Let me guess. Knight Rider 2010 was like one season and it just died.
Oh yeah, I didn't even give it a shot. I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
Remember Viper though? Viper.
Yeah, that was. Do you remember? How about V?
Oh, V was great. Well,
yeah, I actually like the reboot of that one. Wasn't terrible.
I heard that was good, but they didn't finish it though, right?
With what's her name from Deadpool and everything?
Monica.
Firefly. Yeah, Monica. I forgot to say her name.
They didn't finish it though, huh? So is it cliffhang?
I I know it got silly. It started strong. I don't know if they finished it.
Okay.
And no, I don't remember Super Force. Somebody was asking me.
No, I don't remember that.
The first hero of the 21st century. Oh, it looks like a cheesy Demolition Man movie.
Huh.
Looks silly.
Soup. No, I gotta look it up now.
This shot is amazing. This is pure 90s.
All right, you gonna share it? You gonna share it?
Here, yeah, hold on. Here it is.
Okay.
It's like.
Oh, that looks brilliant.
Yeah, I want to watch this.
Oh, we have to watch.
I don't need any other. I'm just like, yes.
That's it. Yeah, the sold.
Look at the outfit. He's like, they're trying to make him like some hip hop guy with the glasses lifted up. Of course, that character. That.
Oh my god.
This.
Probably.
Look at this. What is like the neon collar, the boot?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, oh man,
it's all about the gun. It's all about the size of the gun. You got any other photos?
Super.
Oh, he's got a vehicle too. What? Oh shit.
Wait, hold on. Where is it?
Okay.
Open a new tab.
Okay.
Damn! Look at that.
Oh, where is the DVD set?
Yeah, dude, this looks sick.
No. Let me guess. It was great, but nobody gave a fuck and they canceled it. That happens.
Oh, and there's like is that the Millennium? Look at these. Wait, hold on. Are we allowed to play this? This isn't going to get claimed.
No.
Look at this. Oh man.
Brilliant. Great.
Fire of Earth attraction beyond the limits of the world, where man and machine and spirit unite.
Why does that guy look familiar? Like we've seen him before. Revenge of the Nerds?
Yeah, I was gonna say from Bro Wow.
Into the 21st century.
Oh,
End of the
this is brilliant.
A time of super force.
Oh.
Have you seen the Jack Black, Owen Wilson? What is it?
How did I not see this show growing up?
What is I
would have watched this every day.
Man, and Heat Vision and Jack. Oh my God, guys! If you want to have a treat, this was directed by Ben Stiller. This was a show that was going to be on Fox.
Okay.
And, hold on. Let me don't hide the screen for a second so you don't see the ad. I guess.
All right.
Sometimes those get claimed. Well, I'll tell you when it's over. But
okay.
it looks just like Space Force or Speed. What was that called?
Super Force.
Super Force, not Space Force. That's a real thing. But they made Ben Stiller directed this for Fox. They did the pilot, and this was gonna be a real show. So here, I don't think you can get claim this one because it's not here. You can put it back now. But there's a whole episode if you go deep in the web to find it.
Hello, America. I'm Ben Stiller. In 1992, I had a show here on Fox. They ridiculed me for my effort. I was canceled. Then I won this. It's called Emmy. Let's change cameras. Now, having returned to television a wealthy and powerful man, I've directed an incredible new action series called Heat Vision and Jack. In it, we follow the adventures of a super intelligent renegade astronaut and his talking motorcycle. Some of you will marvel at our state-of-the-art special computerized effects, which, quite frankly, rival those of a certain new Star Wars movie. Some will be frightened or aroused. Still others may be entertained. As a person you admire, I'm giving you permission to appreciate this show. I'm also offering you my personal guarantee that it's going to knock you back onto your coal mining asses. And that's a promise you won't be hearing from Georgie Lucas.
Georgie.
Hey there, Mr. Beard. How many Emmys do you have? Once again, America, I give you what you want.
I forgot about that. Just watch this beginning and tell me it's
My friend Jack says the universe is infinite. He says you could travel forever and never reach the edge. I say the edge is where you find it.
So Owen Wilson is the narrator, right?
Okay. Oh, Johnson. That guy.
That guy from Ghost, a million movies.
Yeah.
Here's the intro. This was
Jack Austin, astronaut. Exposed to inappropriate levels of solar energy.
Sunlight makes him the world's smartest man.
I know everything! I want that brain taken out.
Heat Vision.
Ron Silver is the bad
Motorcycle with
guy.
The mind of Jack's unemployed roommate.
Heat Vision is the motorcycle is the voice of his unemployed roommate.
Together they run for their lives, blocked at every turn by adventure.
You'll get dinged with this song. But so anyway, they made a whole, it's legit show with the talking motorcycle by Owen Wilson. Jack Back was going to be the hero. Ron Silver, as in the actor Ron Silver, as the villain.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Sorry, I couldn't hear. But the whole premise is that he's the world's smartest man when he's in daylight. So they it's so funny, but it's also such a nice homage to the movies and shows you're talking about. That watch the pilot on YouTube, go watch the rest. But it's just like the fact that never happened and we didn't get a season that always made me sad.
Oh,
it was reminded time.
It looks brilliant. It looks hilarious. It reminded me of a show called Gareth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Yes.
Dude, you know about that show?
Yes.
Oh my god, that show is so funny. It should have been longer. It should have been longer, man.
Yeah, it's a good one.
We came across that show and we thought it was a joke. We were like, "Is this a joke? Like, this is fake, right?" And then it ended up being, like all a ruse, but it was so funny, man. It was really funny. But that looks pretty funny, man. It's hilarious.
And then completely off topic, but the funniest show I'm watching right now, I don't even know, it's completely different, but it's more dry. A friend got me into is Nathan For You. You ever heard of this? It's on HBO Max now. It was on Comedy Central for the longest time. He got popular for doing a skit that went viral called Dumb Starbucks. But he it's like a mock you series. It's real, where he pretends to be this brilliant marketer. He's so dry and he wrote for some Sacha Baron Cohen stuff. But holy shit, I've been watching those in binge, and it is just when I need a laugh, I throw on a Nathan For You. It's so it's like cringy but kind of brilliant. He'll go in and help businesses, like help them get more clients, but he does it sort of in a ridiculous way. So he there's a whole episode that went big where he's like, "Hey, you have a coffee shop. You're not getting. You know why people don't come? Because people want Starbucks. So I'm going to use parody law, and we're going to make dumb Starbucks. So therefore, you have a parody store." And so he creates a dumb Starbucks in LA. Yeah. And literally overnight, it became a massive, like, actual real thing.
Oh, wow.
A few of them have taken off. But he does these stunts to, like, help businesses, but sometimes they actually are funny and clever. And people jump in to help him. He did one where he's like, I'm going to help this moving company. Why aren't you doing business? Well, it's so expensive to hire the employees, the movers. He's like, well, I got an idea. When you move someone to another house, you're exercising. So, and gyms, people are paying to go to the gym. So what if we design an exercise course where you are going to move people out of their houses? And so he does this whole elaborate scheme to create a fake book to create. I'm not selling it well, but I'm telling you, it's this brilliantly funny thing that's on HBO Max.
Nathan Was You or
Nathan For You.
For You, okay.
Yeah, if you watch it, give it a couple tries, and if you like it, oh my god, you're in for a treat. I'm in like through season 3 now because they're short, but it's like 8 episodes. Okay. But I'm
we love dry humor, so we're all for it. So.
Give it a shot. It is. Tell me.
Now I got HBO Max, so now it's perfect timing. So thanks.
Yeah, a lot of people have it, and they're like, "What else should I watch?" But try to pick a few of those while you have it, because oh my god, I can't believe I missed it.
Are you big Curb from Curb Your Enthusiasm fan?
Oh yes, if you like Curb, then give it a shot.
Okay. So we have some questions here. Oh man, that was so funny. I'm glad you shared that. That was hilarious. I got to share that with Lady Fat Blood. That clip with the Jack Black.
We gotta watch see where we can find Super Force, because that looks good too.
I know. Let's see. Yeah, Tina, we were talking about the when I mentioned, I was like, the first half of V was really great, and then the TV series that came out later was horrible. I don't know. Do you remember that?
You mean the original one?
Yeah, in the 80s.
Yeah.
The first one that came out was good, but then later
there was like it was like the next.
I think the mini series was good, and then like the TV series was terrible.
Correct.
It was so bad that you saw Michael Ironside the first 2 episodes, and then Michael Ironside disappeared. They didn't even give a reason of where he went because he just left the show.
He showed up in Sequest too, right? Didn't he replace? Do you remember Sequest DSV?
Yeah, with Roy Scheider.
Schneider, and then
Yeah.
I think he died or left or whatever, and then didn't they replace him with Michael Ironside?
Did they?
I think there was a few seasons with him instead.
He's so good at being like a villain or a heavy. I'd be surprised if they made him a captain. Oh my god,
He did.
Michael Ironside as a captain. Oh
I
my
love
goodness.
West. It was fun.
Let's see. So Rhett says the V remake was canceled after one season, maybe, but I thought there was two. Kevin says, what animated TV show from your childhood would you like to see a live action movie be made of besides Masters of the Universe, which is we just talked about? We want a better one. I have guilty pleasure, the old one in the 80s, but I want a better Masters of the Universe. But I would say Thundercats for me.
Thundercats.
I would love.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, but the special effects and technology we have now, dude, it's sick. Seeing the Thunder Tank and action scenes and stuff be great.
I still want a better G.I. Joe movie too, though. If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
They still haven't cracked that the way. I mean,
No.
it was slightly better, but
Yeah.
it's like polishing a turd.
Well, what do you think about the Snake Eyes movie coming out?
I hear I've heard from a couple insiders that it's actually could be fun, but who knows?
Well, it's right up our alley. It's supposed to be a martial arts movie. We'll be the judge of that. If the fights suck, man.
Snake Eyes though, Snake Eyes is good. I love Snake Eyes, but I want
Yeah.
G.I. Joe. So I'm worried, like, what are you going to do? How do you do a whole Snake Eyes movie? We'll see. But yeah, there he was. He replaced him and was the lead.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay.
back. I haven't seen it.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
He's very serious, as you can imagine.
The guy in the far left, the bald guy, is that TL from Stargate TV show?
Yeah,
SG-1?
what's his name? Peter DeLuise.
Right, and then there's the kid from Sidekicks. We just talked
Jonathan
about.
Brandis. This is
Yeah.
tragic. We lost him early.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
And then what's his name? Raimi.
Ted.
Ted's Ted Raimi.
Yeah, Jockster. Yeah.
Man, what a cast!
Wow. Man, I did not know Michael Ironside took over. That's something.
Did he die, Roy Schneider, or he just left? Was
I'm
it?
not
Kate?
sure.
It's not Kate Mulgrew. No, it was somebody who looked like her. But yeah, what a smart! It's like, hello, we have only experienced what is it, 5% of the ocean? Yeah, of course we should do Star Trek underwater. Duh.
Yeah. Asian movie enthusiast says Voltron. That would be good. Live action.
Yeah, I was
Done
never
right.
Ultron, but I would see. It was weird. I didn't hate. I hate admitting it, but I didn't hate parts of the new Power Rangers reboot. There were elements, and there were elements near the end that felt like a Voltron movie. But I actually didn't mind the kids' approach and like, all right, you're trying to ground it. It could be interesting.
Yeah, we talked about that.
It was. I've seen
couple
worse.
episodes back.
Seen worse. But yeah, I do. And Sean was like, G.I. Joe Transformers crossover. I'm shocked they didn't figure that out.
Right?
Such a
right? That's so easy.
so
oh my god.
would have been such a no-brainer.
So
But they never
easy.
cracked G.I. Joe. They kept changing it up, and then it never became its own franchise. I think that's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
If G.I. Joe had been a hit, we would have saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. We probably would have. Oh man. But yeah, what else? What else in the I'm trying to think shows growing up? We were talking about on a couple of streams back, we mentioned the Gargoyles cartoon. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
And I kind of growing up, I kind of dismissed it. It didn't really interest me. And then I found out years later that it's actually really good.
Yeah.
And it's like dark. It's like a dark for a Disney property.
It was super dark.
I'm surprised no one they didn't, because Disney, let's live action everything. I'm surprised they didn't do. There's a lot of people that didn't even know there's a Lady and a Tramp movie out there. That's how bad.
I love Lady and Tramp, and I'd give Disney a shot, but I never even tried to do it.
Yeah.
Like meh. Meh.
Yeah. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. I don't want to like have a bad taste in my mouth. Because I love Lady and Tramp, the cartoon.
Out of curiosity, out of all the live action Disney properties so far, which one do you think is the less offensive, like the one's actually solid?
I refuse to watch The Lion King.
Yeah. Yeah.
I literally have refused it because I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why was this even necessary? I've seen clips. I watched Hakuna Matata and I've seen parts, and I'm like, I'm just shocked. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
awful. The only thing I will give it is like, all right, Favreau learned how to do Mandalorian
Jungle Book.
effects, and
Yeah.
well, he did Jungle Book, but I
Yeah.
really think he took that gig to really finesse how to build the volume and everything he does now moving forward. So I'm like, all right, if it gave us that, fine.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
can't touch my notes. But aside from that, yeah, Jungle Book is the one that I
Yes.
think is the best.
Yes.
It actually works.
Yeah.
My kids liked Aladdin, and I gotta say, it didn't offend me as much as I thought it would.
It was okay.
It was fine. Like it didn't offend me, and I was ready to go in and be offended. But I thought they found ways to make it their own, and I liked the girl who was also
Right.
in Power Rangers, and I thought Will Smith was nowhere near Robin Williams, but at least he did try to make it his own. But yeah,
That's good.
it's not good by any stretch of the imagination, but
Right.
it's Jungle Book without a doubt. If you think about it, yeah, there's no one. Pete's Dragon actually wasn't terrible.
Really? Okay.
With
I didn't
Robert
see
Redford.
that one.
Yeah, it's not. It's touching. It's not bad.
Okay.
Um,
Dino Riders. Do you remember that cartoon?
I do. I do.
What about Mask?
Oh, those were great toys. The little guys.
Mask.
I had those toys.
Yeah.
I don't have any more of them now, but man, no, those were good toys.
The Centurions. I remember that
What
show.
did MASK stand for?
Oh God. I should know this.
Trying to Google.
Yeah, I can't remember right now. I should.
But yeah, I just remember, and they had the masks. They had that little robot guy, the white circle robot.
Yeah.
He was my favorite.
I think it's hilarious that no one's crying for a GoBots movie.
There was talking about it at a certain point, wasn't there?
Huh? Oh God.
At a
I
certain
didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Oh man. GoBots when your parents can't afford Transformers.
Exactly. Were you a G.I. Joe or Transformers guy? It usually was both. You were both?
Oh,
You were the
yeah.
exception to the rule?
Yeah, both.
I liked them. I had Transformers, but I collected the G.I. Joes, and I just merely had some Transformers. I wasn't as a Transformers kid as everyone else. I was
Right.
G.I. Joe.
Right. I went to the store out in San Diego, and my buddy wanted to take me to it. He's like, "Dude, you got to see this store, collectibles, comics, and stuff in there." And we walked in, and they had a whole section just dedicated to old school GI Joe, like the real shit that we grew up with.
Yeah,
they were out of box, but they were still there for you to buy, and they had the aircraft carrier, yo.
Oh yeah,
they had it's huge.
That
It's
one,
like,
Castle Grayskull and He-Man, like back in the day, they'd have those big of. I remember actually the Turtles had that sewer play set, which I had. That's the one
I
I
remember that. Yeah,
I loved when they really went all for it and gave you like the massive. But yeah, you're right. That aircraft carrier. Holy shit, that was cool.
It was like it's just like how do you buy that? Like, growing up, like it's like
then you had to have the other. You still had to have some of the vehicles to put on it, so it wasn't even just like you got it and it won.
It's like the one rich kid in the area has it, and that's it. No one of the kids had it.
I remember one kid, as I didn't have it, but I was okay. My parents were okay, but I still didn't have that one. But I remember it was like I saw it in a garage sale later, and then then it was all broken. And I think I almost got it then, but it didn't have everything, and I eventually just didn't. But yeah, that was an in-demand one.
Didn't G.I. Joe also have like this huge, gigantic, like shuttle space station or something like that? It was huge.
They probably did. There were some.
I
good
remember something
G.I.
like
Joe
that.
had some amazing sets and figures.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe figures, they don't hold up. All my rubber bands broke. I have a lot of them, and it's depressing. If I got you my G.I. Joe box, you'd see like it's like a war scene.
It's all loose.
Yeah, all the legs are loose. Exactly.
Live action Robotech, I'd probably lose my mind. That would be really cool. That would be so good. Here's a show for you that I like to bring up once in a while that I was like blown away watching growing up. Captain Power, not Captain Planet. Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future.
Yeah, the toys had weren't they like was that the one where you could shoot things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoot
yeah.
during the episode.
Oh God, dude, I love. What year was that? Yeah, I was six. Holy shit! Yeah, there was little figures and there were toys that you could shoot everybody.
Yes.
It was like a laser tag, right?
Yeah. And you can watch
my
the
God, I was obsessed, dude. Now I don't remember
Dude.
it. You've just like it was like you just gave me a huge nostalgia bomb.
Yeah,
Holy shit! Yeah, I took.
dude.
There's a Blu-ray set of the series. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time when I can because it blew my mind growing up. Because another reason the show went under, it didn't last long. It was just too expensive. It was too expensive.
Wow.
That show had CGI characters on there.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like crap now.
Why don't they bring it back?
It just didn't. There's no profit. There was no. It got canceled. There's no profit. But dude,
So did the toys must have sold? No.
they're despite being the greatest toys ever. I don't know how expensive they were.
Wow.
So it's like yeah. But I remember you watching the show. You could shoot at the bad guys, and like there's some kind of sensor to shoot back at your toy. Launch, and if your toy gets hit, it launches your guy out of the cockpit.
Yeah,
it was like one of the coolest things ever, man. Like no other show did that shit.
Yeah, and I'm shocked someone hasn't figured it out yet.
Yes, I'm not the only one in the world that remembers Captain Power.
Man, no, yeah, that was legit. I remember being a kid like Captain Power.
Yeah.
It didn't last though, right? So I moved on to the next toy,
Too
sadly.
expensive. It was
But
too expensive.
I moved on to like Ninja Turtles and stuff. But yeah, no, I totally remember that.
Yeah. Defenders of the Earth. I remember that. Defenders of the Earth. Defenders. I remember that. Flash Gordon.
You remember Toxic Crusaders?
Yes. Yes.
I loved when they did like crazy animated, like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures.
I remember that. Did wasn't there a Swamp Thing cartoon?
Yes.
And then they like have the theme song of Wild Thing, but they just changed Wild with Swamp. It was like Swamp Thing. I might be wrong. Let me know, chat. I could have sworn that was a thing. It was a cartoon. There's so many.
You make my heart sing. Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
Now that's a Weird Al missed opportunity.
I know, right? That's true. Kevin's asking, what was your reaction to the Godzilla versus Kong trailer?
Funny you say. I have a video I taped right before that. I need to get it up soon, so I got to go soon to do that. But I have a Godzilla versus Kong versus Snyder cut video that as soon as here will drop. That you guys can check out where I talk about it. But I loved it. Just not to make it later, but I was like a little kid, and I'm like, oh my god, yes, that's what I want. I want to see them fight. I don't care how. I want to be able to actually see them, not have it too dark or cloudy or nonsense, and have it be cool. And so those shots when King Kong, John McClane's off the aircraft carrier,
yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm in.
Sold. Yeah.
Sold.
That's it.
Don't show me anymore. I'm first in line. Give me the movie.
Yeah. And you'll have dumbass critics on Rotten Tomatoes going, but it's not realistic because of the thing.
Fuck that. No, who cares?
For the fans.
That is for the fans. And I'll be honest, I don't love all the other ones. I haven't been hugely a fan of Kong of King Monsters or the first Godzilla, but or even Kong Skull Island. But this one, I'm like, all right, I could get on board with this one.
Let's do it. We should talk about it after it comes out. Before you go, do you remember the RoboCop cartoon? Not the first one, but the one that came out later. I think it's RoboCop 2010 or something like that. If you can, play the intro.
Hold on, I can do it. Yeah,
if you can find the intro to the cartoon.
RoboCop 2010?
I think that's the name of it. I'm not positive, though. But it was a cartoon. There was an old RoboCop cartoon, but then there was a one later. And it was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. And I'll never forget it to this day.
RoboCop Alpha Command.
Yes.
Here it is.
No, don't play it yet.
Oh.
So, chat, one day, me and my buddy, big RoboCop fans, he spent the night at my house. And the next morning we woke up, we're eating some breakfast, turned on the TV, we're like, oh, it's a RoboCop cartoon. Watch this intro that you're about to see, and we could not stop laughing hysterically. So, because we're like, oh, RoboCop cartoon. And go ahead and play it. I'll open it up.
If you want to see it. There we go.
Here we go. I'm opening it up.
New Detroit City.
Here we go. This is real. This happened.
I don't remember this, actually.
Listen to this. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, it's makes later. Later it comes. It's coming. Oh yeah.
Of course, he's got rollerblades. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Rollerblades sold me. Are you a fan of Watchmen?
The new show?
No, the Watchmen, the comics.
The graphic novel?
Yeah.
I only read the graphic novel.
But you know the graphic novel.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this intro?
What is this?
Oh, hold on. You can't cut away from this. These always are what ding you, the commercials. Oh wait, hold on.
All right, I'm cutting away.
Here we go. Harry Partridge is now you go back. Amazing cartoonist on so he made a fake what if Watchmen had been an 80s cartoon like that.
Oh.
That's not real.
Oh my god, that's like the greatest thing
Wow.
ever.
Oh, I remember
the greatest thing ever.
Holy shit.
Oh
John,
my god.
Answer, then turn into a car.
Give me one more second, bro, before you head out. Hold on, all right?
Yeah. Hold on, let me close. I should stop. I can't. He's looking. What can I show you while you're staring? I love that. And the art. Oh my god. Go Harry Partridge is the guy. Go show him a subscribe. Why am I not subscribed? I don't think he does anything that reason. Go show him love because that's I love the VHS effect. He destroyed that. It was amazing. Beetleborgs. Yeah, I remember Beetleborgs. Beetleborgs was a thing. Beetleborgs. There you go. Wow. They're like Power Rangers. It's like a cop low rent Power Rangers.
Oh my god. They're the best of friends.
Strong together.
They're the what? But I thought you'd get a kick out of RoboCop. Oh yeah.
I got rollerblades now. Boom, boom. He's like turned into Inspector Gadget.
Oh shit. Oh man. This has been a blast. I know you gotta go. We gotta do this again, my brother.
Yeah, dude. I'm happy to do it. It's just hard. You know, I am. It's harder, but I'm gonna make a time. I enjoy just talking movies. It's fun. Come online anytime. Let's do it again. I appreciate everybody joining us, watching. Don't forget to throw your support to the Fat Cash, to the Fat Samurai.
Fat bucks.
Fat bucks. You gotta catchphrase it. That way it becomes less. It seems less like you're begging. You know what I mean? I always love when the guest comes on and begs.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that now. From now on, thanks for the fat bucks. That's it.
And those fat bucks. You gotta support the Fat Samurai with some fat bucks. You know, keeps the entertainment going for you. But keep it up, man. I appreciate. I love that you're doing the deep cut. So. Good for you, man. I'm always afraid to do the deeper cuts because I'm like, they won't get the views. But man, that's really what I want. That's why, just a plug, I do a channel called Movie World where we should do more. I should bring you on over there sometimes.
Yeah, invite me on that one, man. That'd be great.
That's where I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to talk about the movies I actually want to talk about. But it's fun to go back and revisit some of these movies.
Well, I'm glad you, revisiting Passenger 57. You enjoyed it because it's fun. It's a classic.
It is not that bad.
No, 24%.
Outside the Wire, I would skip.
Yeah, skip it. save your time. Watch Super Force.
Yeah,
watch Super Force.
All
right, chat. Don't forget to also
Vision and Jack, the Jack Bush Show.
Got to share the love. So make sure you guys also go over to Popcorn Planet, subscribe, and all the Patreon, all that good stuff over there. Support Andy. He's got a lot of great content over there. So. Andy, my brother, don't go anywhere yet.
Here, keep in touch.
Don't go anywhere yet. But chat, thanks again for watching. I might do a late night Q&A tonight. I don't know. We'll see. If you see me pop up, just come on back.
Show me those fat bucks. Don't forget.
Fat bucks, baby. All right. Take care, chat. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Oh, real quick. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., I'm interviewing director Ranjit Marwa for his action movie Exiled, The Chosen One. So if you guys want to see that tomorrow, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. All right, guys. Peace out. Have a good one. All right.